Dude, it's February 14th. It's a beautiful day, and I can't believe that it's only the second stream of the year. What's happening? If you told me in December, if you told me in beginning of January, hey, it's gonna be halfway through February before you get to do your second stream this year, I would have screamed at the top of my lungs, no! I don't believe you. Hey Roy, how's it going, dude? Thank you very much for 14 months of being a super. Everything is out of whack right now. Everything. Dude, everything from my life to the camera right now to my fat face. Dude, don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anybody. I've gained like 6 pounds over the last 2 months. I know! I've been stress eating. I forgot to brush my hair today, I just realized. Oh yeah, no sub alerts, yeah, I don't have those on. I haven't had those on since I've been back. I've had 0 alerts full stop since I've gotten back. Because I wanted to make new ones. And I said to myself, hey, if you're going to make new ones, make them right. But the problem with me is, when I want to make something right, it takes me a year. So here we are, like 4 or 5 months since I've been back to streaming, still no alerts. But that's okay. These are things that will come with time, I'm sure. I'm sure. Isn't that the truth? It is. Listen, hold on. I've got my stream in the background and it's, watch. How do I do this? I got a tablet. Dude, I got a I'm gonna tell you about the tablet. I'm gonna tell you about it in a minute. Because there's a reason I've got the tablet. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my God, my face in full HD, streaming straight at me. There's so many things to talk about. There's so many things that we're doing today. There's so many things to watch. There's so many things that are so many things. We've got, what do I have actually? I kinda can't remember. Let's have a little look at the list of things that we're gonna be talking about. Oh yeah, I want to tell you about what's going on with me, YouTube, all of that, what's going on there. I'll move this over so you can see. Oh wait, I'll put it over here. Aren't I nice? Look at me. Look, we have a whole list of things to talk about today. A whole list. The chat box thing again. Oh, I got an update on pre-roll ads because they're the most annoying thing on the planet and I may have figured out a way of getting rid of them, but only kind of half a way of getting rid of them. I have a super hoodie. I actually have 2 different ones. I think I know which one I like, but I'll show you them both. I got info on the Gameathon thing. If you don't know what that is, I've been talking about doing like a 24-hour, 16-hour, 4-hour stream where I just play games, we chill on the sofa, we chat, we have fun. But I found that I came up with a new idea that I think is really good. I've not brushed my beard today either. I look like I am falling apart right now. Trust me, I'm doing fine. I just need to get my ass back in the gym. I've been to the gym 3 times this year. I'm losing my mind. I got more AI art to show you. We got a Tom Scott video, Corridor Crew video, there's a new Atomic Heart trailer that I want to watch, a Flash trailer, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer, and then we might watch The Button. We might watch Kyrgyzstan. Oh, there's a video on the flat solar system, which is something that I really wanted to watch. There's so many things. I have a list of things that we're gonna hit, and we're gonna hit all of it. Here we are. Kill Lord Theology. How's it going, dude? Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, happy Valentine. Can you say happy do people do that? Do people just go happy Valentine's Day to each other? Happy Valentine's Day. Why not? What did you get your lady? Nothing. I got her nothing. Well, technically, I did not get her nothing. Technically, kind of, sort of, I got her a house. My partner and I started looking for a house again. We've been looking for a house for like 2 years. I wasn't even supposed to talk about this on stream today because I'm gonna bring bad juju upon myself. And I don't wanna bring bad juju upon myself, but I'll talk about it very briefly, okay? Very, very briefly, okay? Very briefly. Thank you, Roy. Very briefly. We've been looking for a house on Earth, not back in Blootropolis on my planet, dimension type deal. We've been looking for a house on Earth for like 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe 3, I don't know. There was the whole pandemic, the price of everything shot up through the roof, interest rates went up through the roof. My earbuds just disconnected, hello? Hello? I have a fix for my earbud issue. The only problem with the fix for my earbud issue is that I need to redo all my audio. Redoing all my audio will take me, no joke, 2 hours. And can't bothered. Audio issue fixed. So, I've been looking for 2 or 3 years, and we put an offer on a house yesterday, and it was accepted. So now we begin the process of, is today the day that everything goes wrong? Is today the day that we find out the thing that shuts down the whole deal and then we start from square one? We have that for the next like 2 years. 2 years, 2 months. So hopefully everything goes well. But I sorted that yesterday. Are we going halves on the house? Yes. Am I counting that as the Valentine's Day present because I was the one that found it? I'm the one that's dealing with the solicitor. I'm the one that's dealing with the mortgage advisor. I'm the one that's sorting out all the bank papers. I'm the one that's doing all the paperwork and everything. Am I counting that as the Valentine's Day present? Yes. Because I always hear the phrase, it's the thought that counts. Well, I'm thinking about all of this stuff. So there you go. I got her a house. I don't know how I'm gonna top that next year. Really, I'm setting myself up for future failure when I really think about it. Oh, this was not a good idea. What have I done? What have I done? Anyway, I don't celebrate holidays. I just thought it's maybe the thing you say today. I don't know either. I don't celebrate holidays really that much either, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I don't really celebrate them either. I don't really enjoy, you know what? I'm jaded. This is a thing that I was supposed to talk about today because you can see a more positive Blootrix because of, that's the next thing that we're going to talk about. But I don't really celebrate holidays because I'm very, what's the word? Jaded? I think jaded is the right word. I'm very like, everyone's like, oh my God, Christmas! Oh my God, it's Christmas time! Oh, the elves are coming and Santa's coming and the snowmen come alive and I'm over here like, this is a corporate holiday built in order to sell you things that you don't need and force you to spend money on people that you don't care about, on things that they won't even enjoy. It's built to put businesses into the black. You know, that's where my brain goes. No more, no mas. I'm cutting that shit out. I've decided. And you won't believe how I decided this. Partially, ever so partially, ever so slightly, ever so slightly, ever so partially. And thank you, Under. I just saw your message. Thank you very much. Hey, Weedmix. I didn't get anything either. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay? Don't worry about it. Buy yourself some chocolate, okay? If you can't buy you chocolate on Valentine's Day, then nobody else should be. I'm gonna buy me some chocolate later. What am I gonna get? You know what I need? You know what I need to get? A diet. Because, Jesus, I'm more positive Blootrix. Where was I? I'm all over the place today, and it's going to remain that way, because I'm excited to be back! I was here, I was there, then I went over that way, I'm more positive Blootrix. See? That's how you get back to. I saw Pepsi. Who said Pepsi? Get us some chocolate and yourself some Pepsi. I quit Pepsi. No, wait. A more positive Blootrix. Let me get to this, and then we can. I've quit Pepsi. I've quit fizzy drinks. But we're gonna. So I was looking at the YouTube videos. If you haven't subscribed over on YouTube, go subscribe on YouTube. I cannot wait for the day that I can burn Twitch to the ground and laser their building in half. I was looking at YouTube comments and I noticed a trend. Any YouTube video that I made that had a negative slant on something, and it could have been super minor. Like when I saw the trailer, when I saw the preview review from SkillUp, or the preview from SkillUp of, what was that XCOM game that just came out, the Marvel Midnight Suns. When I saw that preview, I thought it looked like total garbage. And I talked about it on stream, and then I uploaded the talk from the stream onto YouTube. And I realized that if you talk negatively about something, all you're really gonna get is either people that don't listen to you, they just go, I don't like your opinion, and this is why you're wrong. And I cannot emphasize this enough. I couldn't care less about why you think that I'm wrong and you're right, because I've never met you, random person on YouTube that's leaving a comment that's 17 paragraphs long. Now, there is one person that I did speak to on YouTube that did leave 17 paragraphs and was actually a great conversation. I really enjoyed it. But there were other people. I had one person, no joke, go, I only listened to the first 2 minutes. And then after they wrote that line, they then wrote, and I'm not joking, about 10 paragraphs of why I'm wrong and why they're right. I didn't read it. I read the first line of the second paragraph. I could see where it was going. Boop, gone, deleted, gone. Okay? Because if you're only gonna listen to the first 2.5 minutes of a 15-minute video, I'm only gonna read the first paragraph, guy. But I realized something. That if I only talk negatively about stuff, I'm either gonna get the people that wanna tell me why I'm wrong, or I'm gonna get people being assholes. There's no one that, I don't know, in my mind, you know, or me, here's me. I'll put on a YouTube video, okay? And I'll go, oh, this is a negative take on this. And then I'll watch that video, and I'll go, I see the point they're making, don't agree with this, do agree with that, cool. Like the video, and then, do you know what I do? I go outside and I touch grass, okay? I touch grass outside, dude. Because I'm not arguing with everybody all the time with the YouTube comments, it's dumb. However, you draw those people that don't know how to touch grass. You draw them to you. So going forward, I talk poo grass. Going forward, I am going to try my best, right? To not just talk shit about anything. And if I do dislike something, I'm going to do my best to, how do I put it? Either better word myself or just not talk about it. We don't need to talk about negative stuff. Every day we grow and we learn and we learn and we grow. Does not talking about stuff that you don't like help the world in general? No. Are we here to help the world in general? Yes. How? Through laughter and joy and negative comments and things like that. Don't really do it unless you can make it funny, and even still there's so many people that don't understand the nuances of comedy and laughter and jokes. So, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more positive. There's my thinking. Where were we? There's so many things that I'm behind on. Just get her some chocolates and flowers, dude. No, she'll be working right now, so she can't. Dude, what is going on? I should have brushed my hair today. It doesn't look good. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Today's a bad hair day. We're gonna roll with it, okay? Getting a haircut tomorrow from a guy who's never cut my hair, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. I don't like getting my hair cut by new people. Dude, I'll go to a barber's, and I won't like the job that they do. But I've been to them now. And it means I don't have to go to someone new. I'd rather get a haircut from someone I know is gonna do like a 70-80% me happy job than go to someone new. Because there's the unknown of what are you gonna do to my hair? If I turn up to stream on Friday and my hair looks terrible, know that I'm furious and know that I'm avoiding talking about it because I'm so angry that I can't even figure out how to tell you how angry I am. Yeah. Oh, going forward, streams are going to continue to be Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. UK time, which is 20 minutes ago if you're watching live. If you don't know, if you're in a different country and you're watching on YouTube and you're like, when is that? Do like a time zone converter on Google. Just go, when is 2 p.m. GMT? Or something like that, unless you're watching it 6 months from now. In which case, why are you watching a stream 6 months from now? There's many better things to watch here on my channel. I'm like that too. I think I got it from Lisa Simpson. Dude, I think Lisa Simpson did that to me too. Lisa Simpson, why couldn't I have gotten more of like Bart, you know? Or more of Homer. Just sit around all day eating donuts. Instead, here's me questioning the establishment. You know what game you need to stream? Pepsi Man. What is Pepsi Man? Can I even look at this on stream? What is Pepsi Man? Pepsi Man? Let's have a look. Pepsi Man. Game. What? Pepsi Man. Pause the music. We're gonna check out Pepsi Man. What is this? What is this? This used to be me until I quit. I too was big and fat, stuck in the sun, sweating with a white hat on. And then I stopped drinking Pepsi and look at me now. Thin and beautiful. I say thin. Dude, this is great. This is one of the best intros to a game I've ever seen. I love it. So what is this? Is this one of those like, you know, mobile games where you go left and right, but this was like the original back on PlayStation? Oh my God, I'm right, aren't I? Or is there actual like gameplay story to this? No, I'm wrong!
Pepsi Man?
Hold on.
Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
This is amazing. Dude, this is a 34-minute video. Oh no, I'm right! Dude, look at the animation of the jump! Dude, this actually looks amazing. For a PlayStation 1 game, this looks... Oh, dude, I tell you what. Yes, it's a video game made to shill Pepsi. I'll tell you what right now though. They should re-release this. That was a cool game. They can't do it with the updated graphics though. Like, you can't go Unreal Engine 5. You've got to go indie game. That's the way to do it for sure. Yeah, that was really cool. It cost $50? That wasn't free? Okay, forget it. That's ridiculous. There's nights outside now. Yes! When did this happen? Why didn't I get the memo? You must touch grass! Some of them are typing their idiotic comments on their phone while sitting on grass, you know. I can tell you for a fact, no one has ever posted a negative review or a negative comment on any platform on the planet or in the internet while sitting on grass, ever. Because anyone that's sitting on grass outside in the sun is outside sitting on the grass in the sun, dude. No one cares. No one has negative thoughts while sitting outside on the grass in the sun. No one. Not a single person on this planet. I dropped my sweet. Where was I? It's a Japanese game, but with English dialogue. Ah. Some people are really that miserable. No, but people that miserable don't sit outside on grass. See, that's my point. Yes, there are people that miserable that leave negative comments and reviews for no reason other than to unload their nonsense and garbage onto other people. But 100%, those people don't go and sit outside on grass. They don't. They don't. So I was saying future streams, Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. UK time. That's going to continue. I'm going to try and get a new video up every single day on YouTube going forward again, but all the videos on YouTube will be segments from stream. So if you miss stream and you want to see some of the parts of it on YouTube, you can go and do that. But if you watch all of the stream all the time, the videos won't be new, but still go watch them and like them because I want to do this big time, man. Right now I'm doing it time, but I want to do it big time. You know what I'm saying? Hey Mikada, how's it going, dude? Mr. Mikada. What else? Yeah, and go subscribe to the YouTube, that's good. Oh, in case you're wondering, how come you're not reading the comments out loud? This is why. See, when I look at the live feed, okay, this is my left, but this is the right side of the screen. You see the issue? Right side of the screen, my left, and I always forget. I always forget. But yeah, I'm not reading messages out loud anymore. Well, not all of it, because they pop up on screen now. So saves me time and means I can respond faster. But it also means if you're not reading the comments or not watching and just listening, things might get a little bit confusing, but such is life. They do when the teacher or mommy forces them to. Okay, maybe in the history of all of humanity, in the billions and billions of people that have ever existed, maybe there has been one person ever, I'll admit, maybe one person ever that has sat outside on grass in the sun and left a negative comment or review. Maybe there's been one, but I refuse to ever cave that there might have been two. So we talked about live, future streams, YouTube, and positive Blootrix. We talked about chat box and comments. Okay, so this is an important one, and I want to fully explain it because I'm not happy about this. But this is Twitch, and there's literally nothing I can do about it. If you don't have an ad block like uBlock plus Origin, which is what I hear a lot of people use, if you don't have an ad block like that, then you will see ads when you open up the stream for the first time. There is literally nothing I can do about that whatsoever. Unless I enable ads or manually play ads later on in the stream, right? Twitch has a new thing, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I've done to be completely transparent. So, this is the ads page that I have in order to disable ads for people that come to the stream for the first time. Why am I doing this? Because over the last month, I've opened up Twitch and tried to watch people that I normally watch. And I've opened it up, seen an ad, closed Twitch, open YouTube. How many times have I done this? 8 out of every 10 times I open Twitch. When I get an ad, doesn't matter if I was looking forward to watching the person or not, when I get an ad, I close Twitch. When I'm opening a stream, when I'm already watching a stream and an ad plays, I stick around. As far as I'm aware, this is the general thing, right? This is generally what people do. That's what I do. So this is what I've done. In order to get rid of the ads that pop up when you start the stream, assuming you're not using an ad blocker like uBlock Origin Plus or uBlock Origin or whatever it's called, assuming you're not using that or something like that to block ads, or you don't have like a Pi-hole running on a server in your house or something like that, or you don't have Twitch Turbo, or you don't subscribe, right? This is what's set up. The ads will run as few times as possible, which means an hour, once an hour. They'll be as short as possible, 30 seconds, and they're delayed after the start of stream for as long as possible, 30 minutes. That is all I can do, which means that out of every hour, there will be a 30-second ad. I can literally do no more. If I could space this out and make it one ad ever, or if I could just turn off ads, because, and I mean this when I say this, and hear me now, you make nothing off Twitch ads. Nothing. If I played 3 minutes of ads every single hour and had 100 people watching me at all times, you'd make nothing. Nothing. There is nothing I can do to turn this garbage off other than removing my channel partnership. And then even then, I don't know if that does actually fix that issue of ads. So that's what I've done, being completely transparent. If you ever want to ask about it again, feel free. I can't do it. I literally cannot do any more than that in order to stop ads for when the stream starts. We got the boring part out of the way. Let's get back to chatting. Where was I? And this is what Twitch Turbo is for, my dude. Yeah, Twitch Turbo is good, but why would I pay for Twitch Turbo when I've got YouTube Premium? And YouTube Premium gives me the entirety of YouTube, and Twitch Turbo turns off what? I get all of YouTube music, I get all of YouTube, and let's be real, I'll spend an hour or two a day on YouTube, minimum. I watch YouTube more than I watch shows and movies. Twitch, right now, I watch like 2 or 3 streams a week. You know? And hey Bit, how's it going, dude? The most recent streamer Norms on Twitch. Yeah. Yep. How's it going, Bit? Why did I say that like that? Hold on, my brain kind of turned off for a second, and I don't know why. Water, I need water, hold on. Ugh. Water. How come you're back on Twitch? Thought you were sticking with YouTube. Oh. It's such a painful conversation. Long story short, I can make this super short. I streamed on YouTube for 3 months. Average viewers, under 10. Came back to Twitch. First stream was 20. There's the amount of views per stream higher on Twitch. YouTube's ability to promote streams right now is terrible. I mean terrible. I'd get somewhere between 40 to 60 total views while live on YouTube while I'm live. And then that stream would get round about 2,500 impressions, which means 2,500 people saw the thumbnail after it was live. So their algorithm still only shows people the thumbnail or you know, says, do you want to watch this after a stream is live, which isn't useful for while you're live. And no one on YouTube is really looking to watch a stream after it's been live. I still post the streams over on YouTube for anyone that doesn't want to catch up on them on Twitch, because Twitch is terrible for watching VODs. But yeah. Affiliates have to tolerate ads as well. Do people that aren't affiliated and aren't partners get ads? Because I'm pretty sure Asmongold's second channel, Zach Rar, costs Twitch like $20,000 or $25,000 a month because they aren't able to put ads on his stream, which is what makes me think that at some point they will put ads on non-partnered and non-affiliated channels because of what Asmongold is doing. Twitch Turbo turns off ads on my PC and my phone. A specific version of AdBlock Plus that blocks Twitch ads, but that doesn't work for the Twitch app. Ah, I see. Yeah, you'd have to use like a VPN that automatically blocks ads or something. I wouldn't know. They're updating it thankfully this year, so you don't have to run ads every 30 minutes to fully remove pre-rolls. Well, as far as I'm aware, see what I've done here? I think they've already updated it a bit. Because if you look at this, this is to get rid of pre-rolls as far as I'm aware. Right? I only turned this on because as far as I was aware, it meant that it would disable pre-rolls. Oh, look at that. There's a small window there. There's a small window where it might play pre-roll ads. Am I not understanding how this works? If I put that up to 3 minutes just to see, now all of that is black. I don't get this. This is not clear to me. Oh, no. I'm being stupid. It says right here, pre-roll ads for incoming viewers disabled. That's all I wanted to do. We're fine. You can play 30 seconds an hour, have it do it automatically, and that disables ads, that disables pre-rolls. Good, that's all I wanted to do. That was the whole point of it. Good, we're solid. We're solid and sorted. That sucks. I know, I'll go back to YouTube streaming at some point, but it won't be for a while, I think. By the way, I strongly recommend turning on shield mode when the streams end and turn it off when they start, because asshats have been... I remember you saying that to me, Roy. I was hoping maybe that wasn't a thing, because I kept forgetting to turn off shield mode, and then I'd start streaming and people would say, how come I can only talk every 30 seconds? And I was like, what do you mean? Nobody told me. So right, people are going around saying things in streamers' chats that violate 2S, then reporting it to Twitch. So the streamers get in trouble for not doing anything about it when they're not live. Surely, right, so I read that, you said that, we all heard that. Surely, we all understand that that's stupid, right? So why wouldn't Twitch either enable shield mode automatically when you're not online, or why would they ban people for something when they're aware that people are doing this on purpose? The yellow dash line means it will run pre-rolls. Well, it said it wouldn't. It better not. Fully remove them at present. You have to run 30 seconds every 30 minutes. Hopefully not. Hopefully it is different, and maybe I've got the update before other people. I don't know why. It's profoundly stupid. Are you into Valorant or Valorant esports? VCT lock-in started yesterday. You might like it. I have watched Valorant in the past. I find it kind of... I've played a bunch of Valorant, and I always found Valorant frustrating because people might disagree with this. I don't think Valorant is a skill-based game. I think Valorant is a Twitch muscle and memory-based game. What do I mean by that? By the way, we're going to get to a couple of exciting things in a minute. I'm going to be talking about the super hoodies I've got, which aren't as great as I would like, but I'll show you them. I'm going to be talking about the Gameathon, and I'm going to talk about the AI art showcase. We'll even talk about Valorant for a minute. yeah, I think that Valorant is a muscle Twitch based and memory based game. What do I mean? It's not about turning around and aiming and ba 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 ba. It's about holding an angle and knowing exactly where the head is going to pop around that corner. That's it. Stare at the corner, stare at the corner, stare at the corner, stare at click. That's it. It's the same as Counter-Strike. I prefer like Rainbow Six Siege, though I've not played that in years. I like, I'd rather play like a Call of Duty, Fortnite. You know, you can't predict where people's heads are going to be because the ground is different elevations, different windows, very vertical. I like that. Don't know, but I'm glad they gave everyone shield mode. I'll start trying to remember to enable it at the end of stream. I'll probably forget, but I'm going to try and remember. There should be a switch that locks down chat when the stream is offline. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. No one sticks around. No one sticks around on Twitch to chat in someone's chat box when the stream is over. Nobody does that. They'll go to Discord if they really want to, you know? Right. Just quickly catching up. Okay, cool. Right. I have a couple of hoodies. I'm just gonna put them on right now. No, I'm gonna zoom off and I'm gonna walk off camera because I'm going right here. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? I'll be back. Super hoodie, and my audio just died. Number one, I kind of love this hoodie. It's got the comic book dots going down the front, but everything else is just plain blue. There's no flash, there's no frills. Why am I wearing a super hoodie? Because it gets cold. And I like a nice warm hoodie. And I actually wanted like a nice warm comfy hoodie for when I am doing the game-a-thons, which I'll talk about after I show you the hoodies. So this is the first hoodie. It's got the comic book dots that go down the front. Very cool, very nice, very fancy. Let me show you the other one, which I think is way cooler. Could not find the hoodie anywhere. This is the other one. This one, oh, dude, the camera. I need you to just stay still, camera, okay? Stay still. This is the other one, which I think is way cooler. We got the light blue up top. We got the nice white stripe going through the middle. We got the nice like navy blue going down. I think this is my choice for super hoodie. We got the cool like, dude, I'm gonna show you something. You're not allowed to clip it. You're not allowed to screenshot it. You're not allowed on any level, to capture this moment, okay? You're not allowed. This is banned. The only thing that sucks about this hoodie, okay? The only thing hood don't fit real good. The hood, my headbud, earbud rather. The hood is terrible. The hood is terrible on this. I don't know why it's so small, but this one fits me better. I think I prefer this one. What I want to do is I want to do something cool with the middle part. Put like a giant Blootrix or something. Maybe some gold writing across it, something like that. Accent it, make it look cool. I'm not joking when I say I spent 3 months looking for anything that looked even somewhat cool for a hoodie. A super hoodie. And this is all I could find. I spent months! I can't find anything else! But I'm pretty happy with this. Blue takes longer to think about how he's gonna get there than actually walking. That's true. That's true. Have you played Hyperscape? Dude, I saw Hyperscape. It looked like so much fun. Hyperscape is done now, right? They shut that down? Because did I play that? I think I maybe played that a little bit and I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure. Let me go take my hoodie off because I'm a little bit hot right now. I'm sweating. Right. They both suit you well. Thank you very much. Attach a screenshot to a space shuttle to represent the human race. If anybody captured that, lasers in your face. Right. There's 2 things, right? 2 things we're gonna do, and both of them, one is informational and one is fun. The first thing is I wanna talk about the Gameathon, and the next thing, and I need your feedback for this. I need your feedback. Because ultimately this is your choice. And then I'm gonna show you a new evolution of my AI art. I don't know if you notice it. See this? How good does this look, okay? I've figured out how to make some stuff that is truly mind-blowing, and I've got ways of making it even better in the near future. But let me talk about the Gameathon, right? So what is the Gameathon? So I've been talking about for about a month now, maybe I guess it's only the 2nd stream of the year, but it's February 14th. I've been talking about doing a Gameathon, and that's what I've decided to call it. Not a subathon, a Gameathon. Why and what is it? So I only stream 2 times a week right now, Tuesdays and Fridays. Why? Because that feels good for me. I got energy. You know, there's a difference when it comes to working out, okay? You can go to the gym, you can do light weights, a light workout, it's an okay workout. You don't feel amazing after it. And then you go home, you go back to the gym tomorrow because you're not worn out, you're not knackered, you're not giving it your all. I don't know what that workout is. You do your workout and it's nothing, okay? You go to the gym, you do a little bit of cardio, a little 20 minutes, a little hour on the treadmill, it's nothing. An hour on the bike, it's nothing. Come back the next day, you do the same thing. Or you can do what I do. You can go down to your local train yard. You can bench press an entire train as a nice, good workout. That's what you can do. You can go down to your local bus station, pile a couple of buses on top of each other. Got a good workout. See what I'm saying? You can go 100%, give it everything you've got, and the next day you can die on the sofa. You can have a relaxed day. You can have 3 relaxed days. Then you go back on day number 4 and you give it your all. And that's why I'm doing Tuesdays and Fridays. Because it means that I don't have to conserve energy. I can lose my mind, scream at the top of my lungs, blow out my voice, and it's cool because I'm fine by Friday. However, I've not been playing any games when I'm streaming. And I know that lots of people like to watch games. I know you all go, Blue, you're so funny and charismatic. You have W Riz, that's right, your boy keeps up with the lingo. I want you to play games because it's funny and entertaining. Haha. And I agree. However, I like these days just jumping on, watching videos and chatting. So what do we do? Playing games for 2-3 hours at the end of the stream, what's the point? What's the point in playing Fallout 743? What's the point in playing Oblivion number 2? You know? What's the point in playing Mass Effect 7? You could watch Monday's stream, miss Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then watch Friday, and you've missed nothing! So, what do we do to fix this issue? Hey, Yuki! Because games are fun. Games are fun. But watching videos and laughing is more fun. And I stand by that statement. So what do we do to fix it? A game-a-thon every now and then, and I haven't figured out how I want to do this. I haven't figured it out. There's 2 ways we can do this. Oh my God, there's so much to explain and not that much to explain. I don't know what order to do it in, so this is the idea. Game-a-thon, same as a subathon. I jump on stream. We have a set amount of time at the beginning of stream where I'm going to be playing no matter what. And at the end of that time, any subs/supers, any bits, any tips go towards extending the time. I like this idea. Now, would this idea be a good idea if I was just playing, I don't know, Tomb Raider? No. You know, it's not really, more blue, yay, that's fun. Okay. Would this be fun if it was Bloodborne? And I'd already been playing for 16 hours, and all I want to do is go to bed, and I've been stuck on a boss for 2 hours, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, I'm losing it, and someone sends 5 subs and extends the time in the last 2 minutes by an hour. That's funny. I think that's funny. And that's why I like this idea. The game-a-thon. Every now and then on a Sunday, I boot up stream. I have I think to start it, a 4-hour window where I am, a subathon. That's what I said, a subathon was a game-thon. But it ends when the game is complete, no matter how much time is left in the clock. That's also part of the rule, so that I'm not stuck there for a month. Tracking is making me feel a bit sick. Are you not liking the tracking? I've had one other person say that, and no one else has said that yet. I'm wondering, give me a second. I can lower the zoom, which would lower the tracking. How do I do that? Hold on. Let me see here. I don't remember how I set this up. I know how to do this. I'll lower it, I'll zoom out a bit, which will hopefully, this could zoom in a lot or zoom out, I don't know. Okay, what if we do 0.5? It's a little bit of tracking. The thing is, I want a little bit and I want it to track quicker. I don't know how to put up the speed at which it tracks, which is what would, because I could just go back to normal and then it's just this. I was watching the last stream I did that had tracking on it. I was watching that last night and I loved it. I love the tracking. I feel like it keeps, like it's, there's a reason that when you watch videos on YouTube, no one is doing Steadicam. No one's filming on a tripod. They always have someone holding the camera. It keeps it more dynamic. I will admit that the tracking is not perfect. What do we think of, is this, I've zoomed it way out. It's just a little bit. Is that any better? Dare to zoom in as far as possible. Dude, the zoom on this is crazy. Hold on. I have to use a different zoom because NVIDIA's zoom is so much worse. But you can I really want to figure out how to really mess with this. If I copy that and then set that to 2. Dude, you can set this to It's a very slow zoom though. I'm sweating like crazy today. I find it really distracting and hard to pay attention to what you're saying, but that may be my autism kicking in. Interesting. I thought it would do the exact opposite. Is this zoomed in right now? Or is this tracking? Now the tracking has completely stopped working. Whoa! Oh! Oh, Uki, what have you done? Tell you what. Maybe this is something that I need to... Is anyone else... I really need feedback on it, because I've had two people say they don't like it, and other people say they like it. So I don't ultimately know. Looks like a chase cam. You know what? I think the problem with it is that it's, one, it keeps like dragging away from me and bouncing back and forth. And the second problem is that it doesn't track. It'll like try and keep up, which is an issue. Pace it on off depending on what you're talking about. See if it was quicker to track, that would be a really good idea. Maybe I could just have a... Okay, because it's making you not feel great, I'm going to turn it off for today. And then I'll work on it. I'll get it better. Personally don't mind it, but I'm opening and closing the tab. Gotcha. Okay, right. It's off for now. It's off for now. Where was I? The Gameathon. Okay, here. I'm gonna give you... You're welcome, Mookie. I'm gonna give you the full recap of what the Gameathon's gonna be, and I need feedback. I know what I want to do, but I would like feedback. So Gameathon, like a subathon. But it ends when the game is complete or the time runs out. It will be a 4-hour stream, no matter what, minimum, right? So I'll start stream, we'll go straight into the game, for example, Bloodborne. 35 hours to complete, which means there's a possibility if people keep giving, I'm there for 35 hours straight, and I'll do it. Okay, I'll go until the time runs out or the game is complete. That was the thing I was gonna say. Okay, there's another part to this. So the game is complete or the time runs out, and then the time will not be added to the next stream. That it will just be done. That's the goal of what I want to do. And we'll always pick the game together. It won't just be, okay, today we're gonna be playing this and I'm telling you. We'll pick it together. Could be a horror game and I'm stuck there for 24 hours playing a horror game I don't want to play. I think it will be fun. I might veto 1 or 2 games, okay? I might veto 1 or 2. The only thing I can... Red Dead Redemption 2 65-hour campaign. Well, the only thing I can't decide on, and this is there's 2 things I need feedback on. 1, do I pick when I want to do the Sunday stream? Or do we do a goal? As in like, when we get to 50 supers or 50 subs, I have to do one. Otherwise, I can just pick when. So, I don't know what option is better. I don't know what people would prefer. Obviously, the option where I just do it when I want to means that you guys have no control over it. The other option means it's kind of a paid way to get it and half of a punishment. But I don't know which one's better. Poll on Twitter. I've not used Twitter in 2 years. I could do a poll on Discord. Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. If people picked Soul Reaver, I've never played Legacy of Kain, but if people picked Soul Reaver for me to play and complete, I'd be so happy. How long is that game? How long to complete? No, that's upcoming games. I don't know how long. Oh, yeah, there it is. How long is that? Soul. Ooh. Oh, I just clicked a bunch of buttons that I shouldn't have clicked. Oh, I almost ended stream. Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is only 13 hours. That's not bad. That'd be an easy stream. I'll do that. What was the one that you said? Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen? Blood Omen. That's only 14 and a half. I could do that easy. Easy. Pull on Twitter, but just do it when you want IMO. You'll feel more hyped when you choose. Yeah, I think that's good. Could be once a month dealio and then just advertise the fuck out of it the week before leading up to it. It's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the idea of people like giving, subscribing / becoming a super, giving it like kind of a purpose. At the same time, I do like the idea of not having to do it when everyone decides and being able to just choose when to do it. Okay. I have one more question. And I'll put a poll up on Discord. There are a few people that still kick around the Discord. I'll put a poll up there and see what they think. Hey Blootrix, how's it going, dude? I am doing very well, thank you. How are you? How are things? What's new? I have one other question that I need feedback on, okay? So the idea was that I start stream. By the way, Blootrix, we're talking about a game-a-thon like a subathon, except the stream ends when the time runs out or when the game is completed. I was thinking I'll start stream and do 2 to 4 hours minimum. Say 4 hour minimum stream, right? I was sitting down talking to my partner and I talked to one of my mates as well to see what he thought. And I think what I came to was either we make the game-a-thon super cheap so everyone can participate, but we cap it at 24 hours, or we make it more expensive and uncap it. So when I say more expensive versus super cheap, I'm talking the super cheap version is 5 subs is an hour. Was that what I had? Let me see. What was the thing that I had? Yeah, so it was 5 subs or 1,000 bits or a £10 tip is an hour, or we double that and uncap the stream. Personally, I think the first one where we cap the stream is the better idea. 24 hour stream max, game-a-thon. But I don't know. I've got no idea. Worst case scenario for me is it's a 4 hour stream, that's it, and then I get to go chill the rest of the day. Just experiment on the way to find out. True. I had thought that I could just experiment, but I thought I'd ask, you know. I thought I would ask everyone thinks. Always here in DMs if you ever wanted an ear. I might actually take you up on that. Been at this constantly for long things now. Yeah, I was watching you the other day. What was it you were playing? Oh, I think I jumped in at the end of stream. I think I jumped in at the very end. I can't remember what it was. I know there was one game I watched you play a couple of weeks ago. The hell was it? I don't know, I'm always half here, half there. What was it I was watching? I can't remember what it was you were playing, but I was just looking at your numbers. I was like, whoa, Uki's big time now. Well done. I was well happy. Best thing is consistency. True. It'd be great if I could maintain some level of consistency, but here I am in February 14th, second stream of the year. I small lady, you're kidding yourself if you think you're still small, Uki. You are kidding yourself, dude. I am running out of energy because I forgot to turn off the heating and it's so goddamn hot in here. It's so hot. I'm gonna hype you up, lad. Listen. Wouldn't dare stream consistently, currently on a 6-month break. When are you coming back, Bit? I know the reason you stopped streaming was because your computer exploded, if I remember correctly. But didn't you say that you had your computers running again, like, a month ago now? What's happening? I remember you told me one of the ideas that you had for something you were working on, and I was sitting there going, Jesus Christ, this guy is setting up an entire TV show. I want to see it. He's a builder now. I'm retired, mate, every day. Wait, Breathrius, you retired? Wait, have you actually, like, retired? Sorry I didn't read that sooner. My brain is in a totally different mode right now. Computer, then life kicked me in the face. I'm hoping in the next month. Okay, good. Good! Depends on your daily viewership, mate. Do you think the individuals here can do option A or B? I know my community could do option B because of 2 individuals who have deep pockets. I genuinely don't know. The idea was before that I was just going to stream for as long as I wanted. When I do the game, when I was going to just play a game all day, I just stream as long as I want. I just thought the idea of playing like Bloodborne and hating it and being 6 hours in, and I go, you know what, guys? I'm done for the day. I'm not enjoying this. I don't want to be here. This is torture. I'll catch you later. The idea of not being able to do that was so funny to me that I know that I want to do it as a gameathon / subathon type thing. I love the idea of people being able to torture me like that. It's so, I know in the moment I'm gonna hate myself, but I know I'm gonna look back and find it so funny. I know I will. I'm somewhat saying that because I am regretting saying what I'm saying right now as I'm saying it, but I do think it's a good idea. However, that's, so I don't know. I might make it, the thing is, the main thing I'm worried about, right? If I'm being completely honest, the main thing I'm worried about is making it cheap as chips and immediately it goes to a 24-hour stream. And I'm stuck there. I like the idea of time almost running out and then someone extends it by 10 minutes. But if I start stream and someone comes out of nowhere and gets like, you know, if I make it like cheap as chips and then that's 5 hours added on and I'm sitting there going, this was supposed to be funny in a different way and now I'm here for 9 hours? Shit. You know, like I don't know what the balance is. I'm mid-30s and retired. Dude, how did you manage that? I'll always love your Death Stranding playthrough. It was the perfect combo of MLG gamer, but with friendly personal vibes, unlike the big boys. Thank you very much. There is a part of me that's like, can I still do that? Can I still be that handsome and humble and lovely? And add a cap. Well, yeah, the cap would be 24 hours if I made it cheap as chips. But what I'm saying is, I'm worried that I make it cheap as chips and then someone buys 5 hours in the first hour and then I'm stuck there for 9. And the main idea of it is being stuck, time almost running out, and then someone adds 10 minutes. That's the main idea. That's what makes it funny. But I have no idea what the balance is. I have no idea. I think 5 subs, was it 5 subs? I can't even remember. I think it was 5 subs / 1,000 bits / 10 quid is an hour. Cap it at 24 hours. And if no one does anything and it's just the minimum, which is a 4-hour stream, that's totally fine with me. So I get to go about my day after. I'm a disabled combat veteran and I'm medically retired. Oh, I see. I'm sorry that that's the way that you got, or that's the way you became retired, but at the same time, congrats on being able to retire mid-30s, man. That's the dream of a lot of people. There's an option you haven't thought of. What's the option I've not thought of? Tell me. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm asking. 12-hour cap for first stream. Go. Start small. This is why I'm asking, because there's so many things I've not thought of. Uki, that is a fantastic idea. Cap it at 12, come in with a number, see how it goes, and then go from there. Uki! Uki! Your brain is large. You may be small, but your brain is large. Thank you. That's a good idea. I like that. I'm just an MLG streamer brain. I have to keep looking over here to read, right? I've got a pinned comment here in the chat, and I can't remove it for myself, so it's blocking. Hide for yourself. I figured it out! I'm so smart. Don't let yourself suffer too bad, especially when out of practice. Listen, I'm gonna be very clear right now, okay? Where's my game library? Where's my game library, okay? Load it up, okay? What games can I talk about here that I had to quit because they were too easy? Dying Light 2, bored the shit out of me, it was too easy. I went back and played Sekiro not long ago, bored the shit out of me, too easy. Marauders, incredibly competitive. Marauders, okay? Marauders! Oh, my KD is so high that I quit because I was bored, okay? Project Zomboid. Dude, I lived for months. Months! I got bored, quit it. Paragon, the Overprime, third person MOBA. I kicked the shit out of everybody. Boring, okay? I would end games with 20, 30 kills in a MOBA. What else? Vampire Survivors, I've got every achievement. All the Batman games, completed them all, okay? Listen, these, all games are I will load up any game right now, okay? And I will win right now like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing! I'm the greatest, and the best game that's ever lived. That's true. The Thing PS1, listen, what's that? What is the Ting PS1? What is the Ting? The Ting. I would like to play the Ting just because I like saying the Ting. Ooh, the Ting. The Ting. The Ting. Very quiet Ting. Larsen! Wake up! Herregud. What is this? I loved the original movie. I watched the movie and the remake. The remake was garbage. The original doesn't hold up to the test of time as that well, but it's still good. What is the gameplay? Let's see what the gameplay is. I'm curious. I have boosted the volume and have this maxed out right now.
All right.
What is this? It looks dull, but it's really fun and hard. There's
gotta be something in here that can help me.
Where's the hard part? What is this? I want to see aliens. Oh, look. Oh, most replayed. This looks a little bit like Siphon Filter right now. Oh. think about when I look at older games like this, I think, was this a good game at the time, or was this a cash grab? You know how you used to get some real cash grabs anytime a Spider-Man movie came out, there'd be a terrible game that went along with it. This looks kind of cool. Idea, put a timer on it. Start with the most expensive option first. You know, 6 hours is where you'll stop. So do expensive for 12 hours and then do cheap for second 12 and make sure you promote that. Let people know, stick around because later tonight it's gonna get cheaper to kill me in this game. Starts. That is a good idea. I never thought about changing the price of the Gameathon as we're doing it. I could also do it the opposite way, where the longer time goes, the more expensive it gets, so that someone, yeah, I don't know how I could do, like, I've never done a subathon before, so I don't know how I could set that up, but that is a really good idea. And Uki's idea of limiting the first one to 12 hours is another really good idea as well. Yeah. You guys are smart. Thank you very much for the ideas. I subbed. How much time do I have added? Or have I added? Nothing. You subbed too soon. Oh well. What types of game are you looking for exactly? So, the type of game that I'll be playing during the Gameathon is pretty much whatever you guys want. I think the first game, Bloodborne, would be good. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know if Bloodborne is a good choice for stream. I don't. The last time I checked Twitch, there were like 12 people playing and watching Bloodborne. So, I don't know. I don't know what the best choice is. What I do know is that Bloodborne is a challenging game and I think it could be fun to watch. But ultimately it'll be what you guys, you know, what's popular, what you guys pick. It could be something as simple as, Hogwarts Legacy. It could be an old school game like Soul Reaver. It could be something new and fun like Hogwarts Legacy, like I just said, or it could be really anything that you guys want to watch. I'm fine with. I do think it'd be funnier if I played through difficult games, but I'm more than happy. Like, what can I think of right now? I'm more than happy to just boot up. I don't really play like single player games that much these days. I'm more than happy to boot up It Takes Two, although that's a 2-player game. I'm more than happy to boot up The Ascent, or a Batman game, or the campaign for Battlefield 5. I don't care. Whatever you guys want to watch, I'll play that. And we'll vote and we'll go, you know, I'll veto, and then you guys will say, I want this, then I'll veto. And then you guys will say, well, what about this one? And then I'll veto. And then you guys will say, well, what do you want to play? And I'll say this, and then you guys will veto. And then we'll go round and round until eventually we settle on what I wanted to begin with, because I'm the person playing the game. It could be Ghost Runner, whatever. It'll all be fun. It's a shooter, but you got to... Oh, this is in regards to the Ting. It's a shooter, but you got to manage people and kill things. Gotcha. I have been looking at Mass Effect to play that through again recently, and I do miss the first one where you get to order your guys around. I enjoyed that. It's other branch to Souls-like. I do want to play through that Jedi game again. Despite the fact that I hated it, I do want to play that through again. If you like horrors, I can give you old horrors. That could be fun. That could be fun. Have you heard of the game called Ultra Kill? I have. Can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but it looked good. Isn't it like a Doom-like? Am I right? Why limited to one? You could have a Switch game if people gift tip a certain amount. Just go around in circles, constantly changing it up. Oh god, I would hate that. I would hate that so much. Siyuki, now you're giving good ideas that I don't want to do. No. Isn't my first rodeo, mate. I've had to do this for my 48-hour streams, my mods 24-hour streams. I've never done a 20. I think the longest stream I've ever done is like 8 or 9 hours. And it was exhausting. I don't know how people do 24-hour stream. Well, I guess people don't have the same energy I do, you know? I'm over here losing my mind, screaming at the top of my lungs, laughing, making jokes, blah, blah, blah. Other people, when they're doing 24 hours, all right, think I'll just go over here and hit this boss. And then it's 5 minutes of silence. All right, that boss has been beaten. Thank you for the sub. I think all right. You know, that's, and then there's me. No wonder I'm exhausted at 9 hours. I give it my all. Maybe start with popular games to get more acknowledgement. I don't watch you for the games you play. I tune in because I think you have talent and a genuine fun guy. Thank you. I'm gonna print that out, put it on the wall. Fallen Order might be good in the run up to a sequel coming out. That, see, you guys are smart. I'm gonna do that. When does that come out? Didn't they just delay it until April? I think they did. So I got a couple months. Although, if the house that I put an offer on goes through, I'm going to be moving at the end of April. So, don't know if I'll be able to get time to do that. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I could bear it. I want to play that through again anyway. I might just play it on easy mode though. Oh, I just had an idea based off what Uki said. Uki said switch the game. What if we switch the difficulty? Ooh. What if we figure out how to switch the difficulty of the game mid-play? Oh. And there's a time on it, like, oh, if you do this, then automatically I have to play the game for the next half an hour on the hardest mode. Oh my God, that's a great idea. Oh, I'm so smart. See, Uki, it was your genius was able to shine through because of my genius question. And then because of my genius question that got yours to come through, that then allowed my true genius. Dude, there's a show that I watched called Resident Alien, and one of the guys in it basically says exactly what I just said to one of the people that he works with. It's one of my favorite moments in all of TV. If you've not seen the show Resident Alien, watch it. It's a 10 out of 10, barring one episode that was garbage. It's a 10 out of 10 show. Watch it. I can't recommend it enough. I recommend Ultra Kill. I recommend Ultra Kill to you. I know someone recommended it. You played the demo and made a YouTube video of it. Remember the skull laughing at you when you died? I don't remember that. I played Ultra Kill? Dude, see when... The other night, I stay up super late, right? Velma Season 2 cancelled. Dude, the other night, I walked into the bedroom when my lady was sleeping. I normally stay awake like all night. My normal time to go to bed, my normal time, because I'm up all night fighting crime, my normal time going to bed is like 8 a.m. That's when I like to go to sleep. Recently, I've been doing the early, you know, the 2 a.m. thing, which has been okay. I prefer 8. So I'll walk into the bedroom during the night when I get bored and wake my lady up like, hey, I'm bored! Wake up! And then she'll wake up for a minute and go, what are you doing? I'm go work in the morning. And then I'll go, sorry, I forgot. And then I'll leave. But I walked in the other night and I had a full conversation with her. I was sitting there having a talk like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I go, yeah, the blah. And then the next day I said, hey, remember last night I was talking to you about blah? And she went, what? And I said, yeah. I walked in last night. We had a full conversation. And I said blah, 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 blah. And then you replied, and we talked. And I said, night night. See you in the morning. And I walked out. She goes, no, you didn't tell me about that. And then she sits there for 5 minutes, looking me dead in the eyes, just going, hey, you're joking, right? We didn't have a conversation. We didn't. And I went, no, I'm not joking. I'm serious. She says, no, you're not. That never happened. And I go out. I think I went to the gym. And later on that day, she's walking around the house and she sees some things that I was talking about in the conversation moved about, right? And she's just walking around. She goes, oh my God. He told me that he talked about moving that. And there it is. And there's the other thing he was talking about moved. Did I really have a conversation? And dude, this whole conversation spawned off the fact that I don't remember playing Ultra Kill. See when someone remembers something or says that you've done something and you don't remember doing it, but they do? That's one of the freakiest things in the world. How do you remember what I did, but I don't remember what I did? Like, it's different for when you're a kid, right? When you're a kid, that happens all the time. When you're a kid, you know, you'll grow up and your aunt or someone will go, hey, do you remember that time when you were like 3.5 months old and you spat up your milk? And I go, no, I was 3.5. Why am I looking up? I'm not 3.5 when I'm responding. No, I was 3.5 months old. I don't remember. And they'll say, oh, what about when you were 7 and you took that, you know, cannonball and you threw it off a building, shattered a car and exploded, and they call it the bomb squad, and you go, it doesn't matter how amazing the story is, I don't remember it. But see when someone tells you about something you've done while you've been adulting, don't buzz. Don't buzz. Don't buzz. See when someone tells you about something you've done when you've been an adult and you don't remember it? Dude, immediately, my brain goes, oh my God, I've got dementia. Oh my God, this is the beginning. What did I have for lunch yesterday? I had jam toast. I had jam toast yesterday for lunch. And then for dinner I had, for dinner, and you just start staring into space, like, you know, you start just pondering the whole universe. And you're going, time is meaningless and life is without meaning, and what happens when we die? Where do we go? Is it the same place we were before we were born? Because I don't even remember where I was before I was born. Do I go to the same place when I die? I had jam toast for dinner as well! That's why I couldn't remember what I had for lunch. And just for, you know, the near future, you go, I'm actually fine. But then Blootrix comes along and tells you about the video you made years ago, playing a game that you don't remember, and then you start to freak out again. Because it's not as easy as remembering that you had jam toast for dinner yesterday. Yeah. Where was I? Ultra Kill is Doom and Devil May Cry having a baby. Dude, Dante's Inferno was such a good game. I never completed it, but I loved it. Why don't you play Diablo 3? I've never played a Diablo game. That's a lie. I played like half an hour of Diablo 1 15 years ago. Time is moving so quickly. That way you can start fresh and play all the way up to Torment 4 if you had to. The entire story is like 27 hours. I might do that. I don't know if people would be interested in watching me play a game like Diablo, but I'd be up for it. What is... hold on. Ultra Kill. Markiplier played. Markiplier? Wait, is there a trailer for it? Let's watch the trailer. Okay. Whoa! I have no memory whatsoever of this. Wait. Maybe I do. I remember this. I remember this. Yeah, dude, I remember this. This is a cool game. I've never been big into games like this. I think the reason is that I like to have my mouse sensitivity super low, and games like this require it to be high, and I can't get immersed in a game that allows me to spin 360 by moving my hand an inch. But I remember that, dude, I remember that. Look up your own video. No, I don't want to watch me. I don't want to watch me while I'm live from that long ago. I'm uncomfortable doing that. Ultra Kill is a pretty good 2 to 4 hour ride, depending on how good you are. Oh, so it'd be a 30-minute thing for me then, for sure. I'm part Polish, with butter side down. What do you mean you butter side down? What does that mean? What does that mean? Diablo 2 Resurrected instead, 3 sucks. Okay, now we're gonna get into a debate that I want nothing to do with, okay? I've heard people say that Diablo 2 sucks, people say that Diablo 3 sucks, and then those people fight each other. I don't want anything to do with it, okay? I don't want nothing to do with it. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Please and thank you. Okay, we talked about the Game-a-thon, we've got some good ideas, I'm gonna work on it. I'm hoping to do one by the end of the month, probably 26th. Oh, that's kind of close. Maybe a little bit after that. I still have to set up cameras and everything and tracking and all that. We'll see. I'll do my best to, I'll let you know like a week in advance, okay? Okay. We're gonna get, okay. I'm very excited right now. I have been working on more AI art, and I've started getting really good at it. I mean, I am good at AI art now. Now, you may be wondering, what does good at AI art mean? I'll show you exactly what good at AI art means. Hold on a second. What is... This is not good. Okay. I'm gonna try and do something. Something is broken. Give me a second. Okay. I think I broke my computer a little bit. Hold on. Okay, everything's sorted. Where was it? If you don't know, then there's no point explaining Blue. We don't have the time or quantum physics to explain why you should butter side down instead of butter side up. If you're trying to, hold on, breathless, give me a second. If you're trying to tell me that you butter your toast on the underside and then put whatever you're putting on your toast on the top side, like you put your bread into the toaster, and then you bring your toast out and you butter one side and you flip it over and put like your jam on the other. This is... No. Let's leave it. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't want to talk about it. We're in crazy land now, okay? Right. Where was I? AI art! Dude, I have been working on AI art. I have figured out how to make some of it really good. Some people will tell you that AI art requires no talent. They have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. It's more difficult than you think. And I have been working on some new stuff. As you can see, this left and right always get confusing because it's flipped. This is part of what I've been working on. But let me show you just a few of the new AI arts that I've been making. Let me see if I can find the folder. Yes. So I've been working, like, as you can see, I have a lot of AI art in here, and some of the stuff is older and wasn't working as well. Like this one here, you can see like colors are kind of mixed up, kind of looks okay. You can see stuff like let's see, another one that looks kind of okay but kind of meh. See, this is the stuff that I started doing recently, and the recent stuff has been all good. You got stuff like this, again, it's not centering the image properly, and it's not blah blah, and it's not blah blah. And then you've got the finalized images that I've been working on, and I've been scaling them all to 4K to make them really cool. So let me show you some of these, dude. I love making AI art. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And it can be a lengthy process. Like some of these images I've spent like 10 minutes on, some of them I've spent an hour on, just iterating and iterating on it, trying to really get it looking good. But dude, so with this one, I'm doing a decent job of keeping everything like sort of in theme now, which is super exciting. This one, as you've seen, is my current wallpaper and will be the YouTube thumbnail as well for the stream. This one is kind of sick, dude. The whole city down below. I know that like the chat window is blocking things, but yeah. Right, the lightning coming down, and even the hands look kind of good. Like, look at those. Look, you've got the light shining up from underneath and hitting the underside of the legs, and you got the light coming in from the left and hitting the left side of the body. But then you got the lightning coming in, and the lightning's actually like covering the right side of the face. It's so crazy how good some of this is turning out. And then I started working on no capes. Listen, I like wearing a cape. Why am I not wearing a cape right now? Because I haven't found a way of clipping a cape to this current super suit. Haven't found a way yet. Well, I know of a way, but it's really difficult, and it like comes undone, and it's just frustrating all around. I'm gonna get me a cape at some point. This one, like the difference between this and this is when I started learning about different ways of upscaling things in order to make sure that the finalized image both looks like me and has a high quality level. Like the face here looks all right, but then there's this one, and you can like clearly tell the difference that I really started figuring out how to do the face, but there is kind of a halo glow around it. I know why that's there. That's super difficult to fix. Earth magnets, mate. Blootrix, that's exactly the way I have of attaching a cape, but the problem is that when you want to undo it and redo it at short notice, it's like just unclip and clip. It can be difficult to get to unclip and clip depending on the magnet strength. And then there's, if you step, like you want it strong enough that if you were to step on it, it wouldn't come undone, but weak enough that you could just go like that and it would come undone. It's when I'm out there fighting crime and the goddamn cape won't come undone, it's so, or I unclip it on one side and then I think I've got the other and it somehow falls back and it clips back. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And then there's this one, which, dude, I was working on this one last night. I'm starting to really get how to alter like not just like everything I'm wearing, but how to get the face looking better and get some good lighting going on and reflections and blah blah. It's just, even like seeing like the light going along the arm and the side there is so goddamn cool. And then there was this one, dude. I love the, I don't know how to describe or explain how much or why I love making AI art. I'm an artist. I love drawing, love painting. I'm great at it. I think like part of my love for it comes from, I've always struggled with the time it takes to take an idea from my head and put it on paper. I've always struggled with that. Doesn't matter how fast I am. Doesn't matter I'm the fastest person on the planet. Doesn't matter. It always frustrates me how long it can take and how many iterations it can take to get an idea from my head onto paper the exact way I see it. But with AI art and having a decent ability to verbally explain exactly what it is that you want, and the AI understanding what it is you're saying, it's so satisfying being able to get what I want on paper. And then like we went from this to dude, I cannot put it into words, the satisfaction you get from having an idea and being able to see it 30 seconds later. I love this image, and I think I made one more as well. Then there was this one. This one was okay. I made this one today before stream because I was just sitting around and enjoying myself. But yeah, I'm starting to get really good at it. And what I'm planning to do, I don't know if this is going to interest anyone, but I thought it was a decent idea. What I'm planning to do, and I'll see if I can tie this into the Gameathon thing actually, is I'm going to set up a Patreon, and I'm going to put all of these that will be used as YouTube thumbnails up in 4K, and they'll be on the Patreon if you want them for yourselves. I'm also looking into AI animation tools so that I can get like the lightning or the backgrounds and stuff animated, which would mean I could set them up as animated wallpapers, and then I'm gonna put them all up for free on a wallpaper engine, which is really exciting to me because I would love to have these all animated. Being able to sit here and watch the lightning just animate in the background would be so cool. I really, really want to be able to do that. But that's all my AI art, dude. I love it. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what I use Invoke AI. I'll show you it real quick, actually. It's super simple to use. So I'll show you it in case you're curious, because some people might be thinking, well, how difficult is it really to make AI art? So I'll show you. Takes a minute for this to load up, and this isn't how you use it. Don't worry, you're not typing into an interface like this. It's really, really simple. It could be as complicated or as easy as you want. So this is Invoke AI. This is what I use. So for like, and when I say that it's not as easy as it looks, like this is how one image turned out. Here's another. So there's just no face on it. This one rendered 2 people in it. There's no face, half a face. Poses don't make a whole lot of sense. And these are the ones I saved. And this one, you can see, just turned out a nightmare. And I'm in the process of trying to fix that one. What else? Let's see. These are a lot. Some of these, or a lot of these, have been worked on. That one you can see doesn't look great. This one's giving me the Superman symbol for some reason. It looks at me and it goes, clearly. But a lot of these like just turn out like garbage, and these are the bad ones that I saved because I can work on them. But I'll quickly show you what I do. So I've got my prompt in here. We'll make it a little vague. We'll do dynamic pose, and then I've got the rest of my prompt here. Then I've got my negative prompts up there too. Negative prompts tell the AI, don't do this. Some of them are in brackets to emphasize that, like really make sure it's not out of frame. And these are all the positive ones. Just have to change my model to the model I've made for me, which I do need to work on. Changing my sampler to DPM PP2, and then we'll make 5 images at 35 steps at 512. Nah, we'll go for, I always do mine wider. Doesn't always work out well, but I prefer to make mine wider. Let's clear the mask in here. Don't know why that was there. And then let's grab the box. There's a way that you can clear the canvas. There we go. Then I'm gonna make this box here 8/9. Nah, I'll make it 768 by 512, like you can see there. And then infill to 1. Doesn't really matter because it's a blank canvas. And now we're making 5 images, just like that. I can 3D print you the clips for it, free of course, make them look like lightning medallions with the earth magnet hidden inside. I might actually take you up on that at some point, Breathius. I have so many other things I'm working on right now. Like one of them being, I need a new super emblem, and I'm currently using Midjourney to generate like hundreds of different options, and I'm eventually going to pick one of them. But when I pick something, I might actually take you up on that, because that would be amazing. Because I really would like to do that. You can do that in Blender. What, animate the background? Yeah, I know I could take the lightning here and animate that using Blender myself, but I want, like, the idea that I've got for everything I do is figure out how to do it the easy way. That's what I do. Work smart, not hard. So I'd like to be able to 5 minutes before stream chuck wallpaper into an AI, it animates it, and it's just good to go. As much as I would like to learn Blender, which I've tried to do in the past, and I just always lose patience with it. So you can see, like, some of these images haven't turned out great. Like the buildings in the background don't make a ton of sense. The face is a nightmare. And then the hands, of course, look terrible. And when you're making AI art, you really need to look at it and go, if there are hands in it and there's no real way that I can hide them, if you don't have a model that can do hands, then yeah. That one, the pose doesn't make a lot of sense. That one's all right. I have 100 images like that already. Same thing again, although the symbol there does look kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. It's got a hood type of thing. I'm gonna save this one because I like that. And then I'll use this one here just as an example. Super easy. All you need to do to fix the face is change your box size, grab a mask, change the size of the paintbrush, right? Then you can just mask that. And what you need to do when you're doing this is make sure the box is big enough that it's catching information around it. So for example, that lightning bolt is important because it's going to tell this image it's about to generate if there's lighting around it. But of course, the bigger you make the box, the lower the detail is going to be here, right? So then what would you do? Very simple. I'm going to save this to gallery. I'm going to go back over to text to image. I'm going to upscale this by 2 times, upscale it. Then go back to unified canvas, chuck in the upscaled version. And now, hopefully, if I do this and we mask off the head here. Okay, let's try and make 3. And then we'll say we want to maintain 20% of what's there. We'll see what happens. Dude, I love doing this so much. I wish I could. Dude, if I could sit here all day making AI art and chatting, I think I'd probably do it. There's something so unbelievably satisfying about it. So much fun. It's so like, what's going to happen next? What's it going to spit out? And being able to just type in more words like angry expression, stuff like that. And get more results is so much fun. Let's see what it's got. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So we went from that to that. Now, me personally, I would still sit here for a while and I would like drag the box down over here and I would re-render all of the body to try and make that better. I'd maybe extend this out, maybe work on the lightning, add more things in the background. But this is just an example of what you can do. So we just went from 1 to 2 to 3. It's so much fun! Oh, I love it. I really do. So that's my AI art. If you want to get into AI art yourself, I cannot recommend getting Invoke AI enough. It's super easy to get into. You can find the program over on GitHub. And just start generating. I love it. And there's a bunch of YouTube channels out there that are teaching people how to make AI art stuff. If I quickly have a look, yeah, because it can be difficult to know who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. So the 2 channels that I would recommend the most are Olivio Sarkas. Here he is, Olivio Sarkas. His videos are really good. And this video here actually tells you about the newest version. And then the other one is, where is he? Here, AI Entrepreneur. That guy is great, although his videos are very in-depth and it can get very confusing as well. But recommend both of them, they're great, and I love them. I could possibly make you some assets. You know, I have a BA gaming, graphic design and engineering. I make loads of game assets all the time. I could do some easy plug and play lighting for your images with an alpha layer. You'd have to just layer your work. I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't know how to do it. Really, Brett, I will take you up at some point on the 3D printing, but for the for animating the images, don't worry, it's cool. I've been keeping up to date on AI video generation, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it's a month away right now. I've seen people animating AI GIFs already, so I'm talking a month and I'll be able to do what I wanted to do. I was talking a little while ago about AI. Well, let's go back to the headquarters. So I was talking like a month ago about, at some point you're gonna be able to act from your house. Like, as in, like, me and a friend could sit on the sofa, and then we both stand up and pretend to pull out swords and have a pretend sword fight. No green screens, no tracking, no nothing. And we'll be able to take that, put that into an AI video program, and it will generate exactly what we want. 2 Jedi jump off bar stools and start fighting each other in the middle of a busy cantina. And it will take all of our movements and put that into an... I'm telling you, that is 2 years away max, if not a year away. High quality versions are 5 years away and they'll be paid, but low quality versions, dude, it's gonna change the face of filmmaking and content creation on places like YouTube so quickly, and it's so exciting. I'm so excited for it, dude. Right. Oh, okay. Keeping on theme. Hold on. What else have we got? Oh, okay, wait. I'll recap what we're gonna watch. So Tom Scott, who's a great YouTuber, has a video on AI, and I want to watch it because I love talking about AI. Corridor Crew made a video on the true scale of ants. Want to watch that? There's an Atomic Heart trailer. We're gonna watch the new Flash trailer, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer, and then maybe we'll watch an episode of The Button, because I love The Button. I'm sure Kyrgyzstan had a video that I wanted to watch that came out recently that I was interested in. And then I've got some more videos here. Flat Solar System, and then I found a new channel called Incognito Mode, which apparently is by the same guy that is Internet Historian. So I'm gonna check that out possibly today. I've got a note here for the Lady of Heaven movie trailer. I don't know what that is, and I don't know why I took a note of it. I'm gonna check it out off stream, but it's interesting. I'm interested in why I took a note of that. I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, right. I love AI art. Tom Scott made a video called I Tried Using AI. It scared me. I'm confused as to why it would scare him. ChatGPT is incredible. Stable Diffusion and Midjourney are phenomenal and will be industry changing. I'm interested to find out why Tom Scott is scared of AI. Okie dokie. We like the video. We say go subscribe to Tom Scott, and we play the video.
All I wanted to do was fix my email. I did not expect to have a minor existential crisis about how much the world is about to change. Normally, this is the sort of...
Whoa, what did you just say? This video contains no AI-generated content except where noted. Okay. Don't know why.
Normally, this is the sort of talk that I'd have given on stage at some conference about the future of the web, but I'm in New Zealand right now, and I also have this vague suspicion that those conferences might not be relevant for too much longer. I was lucky enough to live through the mass adoption of the internet. For anyone younger than about 25 watching this, you won't remember just how fast and how incredible that transformation was. And I was on the cutting edge of it. I was living it. I was one of the people who understood what was going on. Useful new technologies generally follow a sigmoid curve. You have a slow takeoff as the technology is invented and the major pain points get sorted out, and then you have
this is kind of, what's the I can never remember the name of it. Isn't it called the something theory, where computers are going to get really powerful really fast, and at some point we're going to stagnate for ages, and the reason is that we have to get over the hump of quantum computing, which is it quantum computing or something else? Basically, where rather than building our chips sideways, we've got to be able to build them vertically. I could be completely wrong here. That's just off the top of my head. I can't remember. If you know what it's called, tell me. I can't for the life of me remember.
Incredible explosion of growth as people find it useful and the technology gets better and better and better and better, and loads of competitors enter the market and people find more and more and more and more and more real-world practical uses for it. And there's this massive race to make newer, better, bigger things that people keep making more stuff with. And then you reach the limit of what's possible with that technology and the rate of progress flattens out again.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a reason very few people camp outside Apple stores for the new iPhone anymore. I remember Napster from back in
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I would argue that iPhones didn't really get that much better from iPhone 3 to 4, 4 to 5. The jumps weren't that big. Yes, currently the next fastest phone isn't like to the point where you need to have it, but I think it was more of a popularity thing. I get the point he's making. I'm talking semantics.
1999. And in hindsight, I think Napster was the first big sign of just how many industries were going to be changed or completely destroyed by the internet. Not just the music industry, but travel agents, video rental stores, encyclopedias, shopping malls, big box stores, the postal service, journalism, the entire media industry. Napster wasn't the first sign, but it was the first major one that millions of non-technical people were using by choice. The first one to get big mass media attention and legal problems.
I think it's important that we note that the reason Napster was so popular was not only because, you know, it made access to all this music and all this stuff easy. It also was because it was free, and because the price of CDs, etc., was ridiculous at the time. £12 or £10, whatever it was, £7 for a CD to have 12 songs was ridiculous. And we have fixed that now with Spotify, with YouTube Music, etc. Now you can have as much music as you want at a price that's actually affordable. And as such, you know, pirating music has died off. It wasn't just because it made it easy. It was because it was also, I would argue, for a vast majority of people, music was unaffordable unless you had the radio.
It was the first big popular disruption, the first warning shot, the first rumble of thunder off in the distance that said the storm was approaching, that everything was about to change. I don't think many people realised that at the time, and even if they did, they couldn't have predicted the world that would follow, the world that I grew up in, the world that I've got really comfortable with, the world of the web, of social media, of smartphones. This video you're watching now is a very early 2023 video and a very English-speaking one.
I have a really strong feeling that he put that disclaimer at the beginning of the video to make you think that nothing in this video is AI generated, and at some point it's going to come out that he actually is, everything is AI generated, or the script is, or something. I got a feeling he's going to pull a little rug pull on us.
In time and space, and I might be wrong about this. I don't know where technology is going to go from here, but I think that world, my world, the one I grew up in, is about to change radically. I think we're on a new sigmoid curve, and I have no idea how far along that curve we are right now. And I don't know if I want to change with it, but I think I'll have to. And all I was trying to do was fix my email. This is a really specific problem, but it really annoyed me, and I have to explain it for the rest of this to make sense, so bear with me. Almost every email system has the idea of folders. You have one copy of an email, and once you're done with it, you file it in a folder like a piece of paper in a filing cabinet, because that's the mid-20th century physical analogy that the inventors went with. But in 2004, Google launched Gmail, which threw all that out in favour of labels. Email is just in one big pile, you search to find stuff, and you add labels to help you sort it.
I hate the current email system. I delete every single email after I read it now because I hate the whole thing.
I hate labels because I like the analogy of folders. That's what I started out with, that's what I was already using. I didn't want to change for no reason, but everything else about Gmail was so much better than any of the alternatives at the time that I moved over to it a couple of years later. And I decided, Fine, I will just treat labels like folders. I'll change my workflow as little as possible. Each thread gets one label. That's like putting it into a folder, which meant that when I backed up my emails, which I do, never trust having only one copy of something, particularly if that copy's up in the cloud, but when I did that, I could use a regular old-school desktop email program like Microsoft Outlook to make that backup. You can use programs like that with Gmail accounts. They talk to each other. If they didn't.
He is waffling on a lot, and I kind of just want to know what it is that has freaked him out.
Stuff like the default mail app on iPhones wouldn't work, and people would complain. But those old-school programs don't understand labels. So Gmail just lies and says they're folders.
Okay, if we fast forward a minute, I don't think we'll miss anything.
Go back and forth and add to that thread.
I was right.
None of the other messages there get a label unless you explicitly untag and retag the whole thread, which means more than 800,000 unlabeled messages weren't in my backup. I grew up fixing things with code, so obviously
I'm so glad there are chapters.
that's where my brain went. Google has a service called AppsScript. It means that anyone can write simple code to easily change and automate things in Gmail, Calendar, Docs, YouTube, whatever. It's a brilliant service. I've no idea how it ever got made, and it will inevitably one day be shut down with very little warning because that's just what Google does. But AppsScript meant that to fix this problem, I could just...
Although to give Google credit, when they shut down Stadia, they did give everyone full refunds for everything they bought, which is incredible. So props for that, but they do shut down everything.
Spend an hour or so writing a bit of code. It's been a while since I've done that. First thing I do when I'm coding something that's simple like that is I write out what it's meant to do in plain English, just the flow of logic, so I can then use that as a guide. So I wrote...
And that's the benefit of AI. I could shorten this whole video to here, but I am interested to hear more about his thoughts and his fears over AI, because I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings about AI. But the beauty of AI is that that initial thing that he writes out, that initial idea, that's all you need to write to an AI most of the time, and then you're just refining what it's doing after you make sure it's right. I've done some coding using ChatGPT. It was difficult, it got things wrong, but it works. It means that if you have an idea and there's something you want to code, if it's got the information, yeah, it can help you do it with, you know, more or less no experience. You just have to basically understand what it is you're doing. And if you don't, you can ask the AI to explain what it's doing while it's doing it, which is the really crazy part. It's not just that, for example, ChatGPT, it's not just that it can where the hell was I going? It's not just that it can do what you ask it. It can teach you and explain to you what it's doing while you're doing it. And why is that so important? For example, if you are, let's say, following a tutorial on how to fix, I don't know, your kitchen sink. It's leaking underneath. And you get ChatGPT to explain how to fix your sink. And you undo this thing, you undo that thing, you put that back in place, and it breaks again 6 months later. You've got no idea why. The beautiful thing of ChatGPT, unlike most YouTube videos, which are tutorials that explain how to fix something, and they'll say, okay, basically what you need to do is replace this, and then that's you done, which ChatGPT can do. It can also explain exactly what it is that it's like, why it's doing it and why you're doing that. So for example, if your sink broke and then 6 months later it broke again, you wouldn't know why if you watched a YouTube video. But if ChatGPT told you why, and it was because you'd been putting, for example, this part often breaks when oil is poured into it. And you go, oh, I've been pouring olive oil down the sink after I'm done cooking, rather than exposing of it the way you're supposed to. Now you know why your sink broke, and you can avoid, like, it's the idea, or what AI can do for people's ability to not just do things, but also learn, is incredible.
That down, I thought, hang on, isn't there an AI thing that's meant to do this now? Yes, this is a video partly about ChatGPT, but I promise I'm not going to go into the details there. Telling someone about your fascinating AI conversation is like telling someone about your dreams. They don't care. It just sounds like
You're wrong. I care. I care, Tom Scott. I care.
Hallucinating nonsense. But I had seen posts from people being freaked out about just how good ChatGPT is, and Intellectually, yeah, I looked at it and I agreed with them. It seemed surprisingly good. But it is just a text transformer. All it does is guess what the next word in the phrase is. I knew we'd been seeing some improvements in that lately. I made a video 2 years ago.
That is true. A lot of people don't understand that. If you don't understand how ChatGPT works or what it is, it's not an artificial intelligence that understands what you're saying and then responds to you. It is a language model, which means if I wrote out the sentence, I've seen this episode, or I've already seen this episode, or I've already seen this, or I've seen that, right? It's got a bunch of different understandings of the exact same meaning. So when I type, if I were, for example, to type, have you seen episode 23, it will understand that I understand what he means because I know every single variation of that question. And now I know how to arrange the words and letters to respond to that. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not understanding what you've said. It just knows what the words in response to the words that you've said have to be. If that makes... It's difficult. I think I'm explaining that right. Hopefully I am. Yeah.
About the sentences computers can't understand but humans can. And at the end of that video, I made a joke about how computers with language skills are 10 years away, just as they have been for the last 40 years. I was wrong. Turns out that's pretty much solved now. But ChatGPT is still just a thing that predicts what the next word is going to be. It produces generic milquetoast output that's confidently wrong about a lot of things. It's going to help spammers and maybe have a little bit of real world use.
That Microsoft held... No, was it Microsoft? No, it was Google. Google held a press conference, I think it was last week, showing off their AI language model. And they asked it a question, and it responded with the wrong answer. But because it's an AI, it doesn't understand that, well, if you aren't really sure, you shouldn't say it as fact, but it responds as fact. And ChatGPT does the same thing. But when Google's AI did this on the main stage, the company's stock, this specific AI company's stock, lost millions in value because it got one of the answers wrong, which makes it seem like it's not ready, which means that, well, Microsoft's going to beat them because Microsoft owns the company that makes ChatGPT, which is why it's in Bing. But how hilarious is that?
Right.
Losing millions for getting
okay,
a question
let's put
wrong.
my text description in, tell it to translate this into this obscure Google Apps script, see what it does.
And it wrote the code for me.
In a few...
It gives you a run test that gives you feedback instead of just doing the run test and you needing the knowledge beforehand to know what the problem is with the results. Yes!
Seconds, and I felt this pit of the stomach, existential horror, and at that moment I couldn't explain why, but I figured it out later. It's just predicting the next word.
Yes.
The code it gave back was a bit wrong, but frankly, my first attempt would have been a bit wrong. So I asked it in plain English to fix a couple of the errors.
The reason it would have been wrong is that it's pulling from information that's wrong. So if you ask, and this has happened to me, if you ask ChatGPT to code something from you, and the information pool it's pulling from is, for example, a Reddit thread where someone posted this as the answer, and ChatGPT has been fed that information, and the information it was fed was wrong, it's going to think that was right and give you the information as if it was right when it doesn't work.
Had spotted, and it did, and that version was
because it is trained on the internet. Well, up to a certain point.
Nearly right. Not quite, though. It used a really strange approach. I tried to work out why it had done that, and then I realised I could just ask. And it told me, in English, why it had done that. And it had made the same mistake I did with my backup. Because turns out Google's documentation is wrong. Google Apps Script itself treats labels as attaching to threads, not messages. Google wrote their own programming language wrong. So I told ChatGPT about the error, and it fixed the script. It bodged its way around Google's bad documentation to build the thing I was actually asking for. And after all the back and forths, I didn't actually save much time, but it was so much easier. I never had to pore through documentation to find the exact specific magical incantation that I needed. Also, my coding skills are years out of date. That's one of the reasons I don't make computer science videos anymore. The last time I learned a new thing in code was probably 2015. My old skills were good enough, I didn't want to change my workflow. I'm not sure if
I had a similar experience. What a pause.
Chat-
I had a similar experience to Tom Scott where it gave me information on coding. I used that code and the code didn't work. But all I would do is then just say, that didn't work. Instead, this happened. And then it went, oh, if that happened, then this is why it was wrong. Try doing this instead. Tried that. Half of it worked. And I said, well, that did this and this, but it didn't do this. Please reference the code that I initially gave you again, add the code that you just gave me to make half of it work, and then figure out what's wrong and fix it for me. And it did. It's incredible what it can do.
GPT is a better coder than I am, but it felt about equal. It felt like watching while someone wrote code with me occasionally chiming in and going, I think you might have made a mistake there. And sometimes I was the one who made the mistake. At one point, I realized I'd written the wrong thing in that first text description. ChatGPT had just been following my wrong instructions. I know, it's just a text model that predicts what word comes next, but it didn't feel like it.
That's one of the things that that you do have to be careful with, how you word yourself. If you're not speaking in clear, plain English and not being super descriptive, then it will make mistakes. For example, what was it I was trying to do? To invoke AI. I wanted to launch that, but I wanted it to, when it launches, enter option 2 immediately, and then after a 10-second break, or 12-second break, which is how long it takes for invoke AI to load up, I wanted it to automatically open the web address that opens the web interface for invoke AI. But I wasn't clear on that. All I said is change this what did I write? I wrote change this code so that it enters the letter 2 immediately and then launches this web address in 10 seconds. But I didn't explain exactly why I wanted it to do that. So I spent half an hour sitting there with it not making the code that I wanted. And at one point I said, that didn't work. I wanted to do this. And it said, oh, I didn't understand that that's what you were trying to do. Try this code instead. Worked. It was amazing.
So
when I launched Invoke AI earlier on stream, the reason that you didn't see it just auto-launch is because that was for 2.2.5. I've got a brand new install, 2.3.0, which is why it didn't do that.
First, I thought that pit of the stomach, existential dread feeling was because my brain had gone, that's a human, or that's an alien intelligence. Or because I was starting to think, well, what if my brain is just a transformer system that's trying to predict what the next word is? I'm sure I remember some old pop science article about how your brain's a prediction engine, and surprise is just a fancy word for being wrong about what comes next. But then the next day, I gave ChatGPT a more difficult problem, one that required not just translating English to code, but actually a little bit of a logical leap, and it just confidently, completely failed in multiple obvious ways. And that meant that I wasn't worried about it coming from my job. Not yet, anyway. Sure, no one's asked for that exact problem to be solved before, the one about the labels and messages. ChatGPT wasn't just copying and pasting from somewhere, there was arguably creativity involved. But if I'm honest, a lot of the programming I used to do was just copying and pasting bits from somewhere. At some point, every modern programmer searched on Google or Stack Overflow and adapted something that someone else wrote. It's basically part of the job at this point. I'm deliberately avoiding the argument about creativity, AI art, and copyright, by the way. I don't know how I feel about it, and I don't know how the courts will resolve it. If I hired a human artist or musician to create a painting or song in a more famous artist's style, that would be weird, but it would be legal, as long as they're not pretending to be the famous artist, as long as the smaller artist is not trading on their name. That's fine. The style of most of my videos on this channel is just a slightly faster version of the TV shows I watched growing up. That's what this intelligence was trained on.
That's where copyright gets really difficult, though, because everyone is really just doing an iteration of what someone else has done. I was talking to my uncle the other day, and we were or a month ago, and we were talking about photography and AI art. Now, my uncle, he's a photographer. He's absolutely phenomenal at it, right? He enters competitions, he does really well. And he uses, I think he uses an AI program, a couple. He'll use like Topaz Labs, Gigapixel, Sharpen, Denoise, stuff like that. And what those programs do, if you've never, I'll show you actually. I'll show you exactly what they do. So if we were to take, for example, let's go to here and let's take a small, like a small older image that kind of looks mediocre. Let's go for this one, right? So this image, as you can see here, is 512 by 512, and this is Topaz Labs Gigapixel, right? What it'll do is I can go up here and I can tell it that I want this. Oh, it can only upscale it. Okay. So the original resolution of this is 512 by 512, and I'm going to take this up to 3840 by 3840, which is 7.5 times higher quality, right? And what I can do, let's do automatic settings, and if we scroll in, you can see that it's taken that and turned it into that on the right. So it's an AI program that takes, you can have it do it based on art and CG, high quality, you can do all the settings yourself, but you can see in real time what it's changing and what it's doing, right? So as a photographer, using this kind of stuff is fine. But were you to for example, use a program like Midjourney or Stable Diffusion to make the photo that you have in your head. So let's say, for example, you live in the UK and you wanted to take a picture of the pyramids yourself. Well, it's going to cost you thousands to fly over there, take the photo, stay in a hotel, fly back, etc. If you know the exact camera, the exact lens, the aperture that you want, whatever the shutter count, the time of day, the angle that you want, the location of what you want. If you want it to be nighttime and you want the stars to be out, you want a shooting star to be there. If you can accurately describe it, and if the model or the AI art program that you're using can actually do what you're asking. So for example, the AI model has to be trained on using a Canon camera. It has to know what a Canon D3200's photos look like in order to replicate them. And it has to know what the aperture will look like, what this lens will look like. If it's not trained on that, it can't replicate it. But if you know everything that you want, you just can't pay to fly there, then really what is the difference between taking that photo and putting in the text to generate it? Well, the difference is, of course, that you actually did it and had the patience and waited and bought the equipment, spent thousands on the camera, thousands on the lens, flew there and did it. And I had this conversation with him and it was dead interesting. I think what we ended up kind of, if I remember correctly, the end of the conversation ended with the difference is the same difference between an architect and a builder, or between you painting your own living room and having someone else to come in to paint it. If you know exactly how you want your living room painted, let's say you want the bottom half white and you want a nice like mauve, like a nice purple strip going around the top, and then white again above that, and you want to paint little images on the wall, etc. You know exactly what you want, but you hired someone else to paint it. Did you paint your wall? That's, for me, I know other people go, no, you didn't paint your wall. You came up with the idea. But for me, I see creativity differently. I see creativity as if you come up with the idea, you created it. Someone else just built it, and creating and building are different. To me, I know to most people, I think most people wouldn't agree with me in saying that, well, if I designed a building and the builder built it, I would still say the architect built the building. How do I put it? In my brain, if anyone can do something, how do I put it? If anyone can do something, all you are is the person that spends their time for money. How do I explain that? If I design a building and I get someone else to build it, that person traded time for money to make what I wanted, but I'm the one that designed it and built it. Kind of. It's difficult to explain. It's why this copyright thing with AI is going to be so difficult to solve. There's only two ways it goes, I think. Either companies pop up, and this will be a multi-billion-dollar industry, multi-trillion-dollar industry, where companies pop up and you can submit X amount of things. So if I'm an artist, I can submit 100 works of art, and then they take that art, they turn it into an AI model, and you can buy that AI model and merge it with any other models you want. So if you are Studio Ghibli, you can take all of your movies, every frame from every movie you've ever made, turn it into an AI model, and then sell it to people. And people can use that model to generate art in your style. Or you have to completely do away with copyright, because ultimately it's going to be so difficult to chase anyone down for copyright infringement unless you're chasing them down for commercial copyright infringement. It's going to be so difficult to chase that at some point either the copyright system breaks and people can make what they want, and we recognize that creativity is entirely different than copying, or you commercialize it. Being that the vast majority of the planet is what's the word? I can't remember the word. Not socialist, the opposite of that. Not democratic. What's the word I'm looking for? Capitalist. Being that the vast majority of the planet is capitalist, I personally see this going in the way of people licensing their models. But when it comes to, you know, movies and all that, and it's going to put so many people out of business, see if I could just, for example, buy an AI video model based off Weta Workshops, the people that did the animation and the special effects for stuff like Infinity War. If I can just buy a package that replicates the type of effects that they make in a movie, and then they just fire everyone that works for them and they use their AI model and a couple of coders to tune things to make it look better. Dude, what a crazy future where no one has a job anymore. Have you got, oh my God, I love AI so much. I really do. And Breathrius, I understand what you're saying where you're like, you'd get mad if someone could use an AI to generate the things that you want. But yeah, there is a level of understanding that you still have to have. So really you should think of programs like ChatGPT as a assistant to what you're doing. Rather than having to type everything out, you tell it what you want, it types it out, you check it for errors, and then it goes. You're still the architect, but now you have a worker bee that can do the things that you want, and then you double check it for errors. That is the way to a much easier future for a lot of people. And then the second that we get robots out there, dude, and the robots are the ones that are able to mine for the materials and dig through things and build the buildings, the world's going to really change for the better, because no one's going to need a job. You're going to get a job because you want to, because as the same way with the beginning of the pandemic, everyone loved the first few months. Yay, no work, yeah! And then 6 months in, half the planet was losing their goddamn minds. I just want to work, I'm so bored! People want to work and do something, but they shouldn't have to work and do something. There's a massive difference there. The architect has a signature on the building, but the construction workers who actually built it put their skill into building it. Never even be given a second thought. They don't get a call back for an extension on the building. The architect does. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. But I would say that anyone can lay bricks. You know, not anyone has the creativity to design a building. That's the thing that I think when it comes to these copyright cases and this AI art and ChatGPT, that's the thing that really needs to be emphasized when people are talking about this. Creativity is not something that can be taught. Full stop. It's not. It's just not. Walk down the street, take 100 people and try to teach them how to be creative in any way. Build me an interesting piece of furniture. You put them through college for 4 years, they learn how to make stuff, and at the end of it, they keep making the same boring square chair because they've got no creativity. It's not something that can be taught. It's just not. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that you are born with. It's the way, as far as I am concerned, and I could be wrong, it's the way that, you know, your brain communicates, the way that your neurons fire at each other, the way that you're brought up, the puzzles that you did while growing up to develop your brain, how much you paid attention in, for example, math class, where learning math while growing up and all that useless stuff, you don't learn it because it's useful. No one explains that to you when you're a kid. The teachers don't know that's why you're learning math. No, if the teacher's response when you were a kid, and I'm going to play the video in a minute. Teacher's response when you were a kid to why do I have to learn how to do this? A calculator can do this. The response was, well, you're not always going to have a calculator with you. We do have a calculator. Bro, I used to sit there thinking I could carry a calculator with me. That's not that big a deal. No one ever told me the real reason you learn math when you're a kid. The reason you learn it is that it's the same as working out, but for your brain. And the more you do while you're growing, the stronger your brain will be over the course of your life. The better you'll be able to solve puzzles. That's what math is, working out for your brain. That's what it is. I think that's the best way of describing it. If you grow up playing strategy games, you're going to be great at strategy throughout your whole life because your brain grew up thinking like that. It's the same with, and how do I explain that? The same way I say it's easier to learn a language when you're a kid than when you're an adult because your brain isn't developing anymore. You reach the point of growing ends and now your body's dying. And after you reach that point, everything gets harder. The first 20 years is the most important. You've got to learn as much as you can and do as much as you can. And then when you hit 20, that's when you start being as physically active as you can. You learn maths for 5 years only to realize calculators can do what you do, but faster. True! That's very true. But it's not about being able to do it fast. It's about being able to do it.
And this video is basically in the style of every other video essayist on YouTube. It's just I tend to go to the beach a bit more often. If someone set up an AI to generate YouTube videos, or even YouTube educational videos as a genre, I think I'd be fine with that. I don't think I'd have a problem with my work being a small part of a massive pool of training data.
Yeah.
But if someone started ripping off specifically my name and my work, yeah, I can see why artists are furious about that. The British legal term for it is passing off. I've said before, please don't train models on what I make, or frankly on anyone specific without their consent. But okay, I wasn't worried about being replaced, and I wasn't worried that I was...
he has said something important, and it's something that I should say as well. I agree. I understand as well why people are mad. I get why coders are mad that they're going to be replaced by AI. I get why artists are mad that they spent years and years learning to draw, and then an AI program can look at their artwork and then mimic their style to make a bunch of other things. It is terrifying, and I absolutely understand why they're mad. But what people have to realize, and this is the only but that I've got for this, what they have to realize is that they can use this to their advantage. They are at the beginning of something crazy. And I'm calling this now, and I know I'm right. In the same way that the people that got into computers when they first started coming out are now billionaires, meaning the people that made Google saw where it could go. The people that made Microsoft saw where it could go. The people that made Apple saw where Apple could go at the beginning of that kind of technology. If you're out there and you're going, I'm so mad, art, blah, 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 you have to understand that if you, rather than complain, try to take advantage of it. How do you do that? Let me give you a real simple example. This is my YouTube thumbnail. You know what my YouTube thumbnail was a year ago or 2 years ago? Some text, an image pulled from the internet, or some text and my name, or I spent an hour making something that was ultimately kind of garbage, right? Use this as an assistant and use it to amplify what you're doing, because sitting there being angry at this just does nothing other than hold you back. It really, really does. Look at this the same way the creators of Microsoft, Google, and Apple looked at that technology when it was coming out. You know, be that I've never been someone that's like wants to be a billionaire. But if you're like that, dude, figure out how to license people's art styles. You'll literally be a trillionaire by the time you're 50 if you start now at 20. Guaranteed. I'm telling you. Give me royalties for that idea. Thank you.
Actually talking to some human equivalent alien artificial intelligence. So why did I still have that feeling of dread? Artificial intelligence, text transformers and diffusion models, everything that we're currently seeing seems to be on that sigmoid curve of progress, and I don't know what point on that curve we've got to. If we're already most of the way up the curve, then cool, programmers and artists have brand new tools.
I can guarantee you we're at the beginning of it. And I can guarantee you we're at the beginning of it because at some point you'll have an AI program that isn't a text model, that understands what you're saying and then can improve itself. That's when you near halfway. And the other half you have no involvement in. It's just about trying to control it. We're at the very beginning of this. The very beginning. If you, I don't really want to Google it right now because I don't know if I've got safe search turned on and all that, and I don't know how to turn it on. If you have a look at what an AI picture of a cat looked like a year ago, you'd scream with laughter. It's a stick figure. It was a stick figure. If you look at an AI cat now, dude, you can do it in any style you want, from any angle you want, in any, you could have it print up right now as a Blender model and then import it into Blender. You could have it be a cute little cat and then print it out as a sticker, like ready to go as a sticker. Cut out the white, it's a sticker, good to go. It's crazy. So we're at the beginning for sure. I can guarantee it.
But they can't create something at a human level with them. It's not going to take many jobs, it's going to make people's work more efficient, the same way that loads of inventions like Photoshop.
That's not true. I can tell you for a fact that's not true. It's going to take thousands, it's going to take hundreds of thousands of jobs. How do I know this? Really simple. Really, really simple way of explaining it. When we started replacing cashiers in supermarkets with automated checkouts, how many tills are now manned in your local supermarket? Me personally, I got like a Tesco and an Asda not far from here. In the Tesco, there's about 15 checkouts. I've never seen more than 6 manned, ever. And then there's one person on the self-checkouts manning 12 self-checkout machines. And then beside the 12 self-checkout machines, there's 6 more checkout machines that you can just scan the stuff as you go. You just scan the barcode and go. No, this will take thousands of jobs because now one person, rather than having 8 people make one image each over the course of a day, you can have one person generate 8 images an hour. This will replace photographers. This will replace so many people. Now, there will be a place for niche in the same way that 10 years from now, you probably won't really have people taking manual driver's licenses anymore because electric cars are not manual, they're all automatic. So what's the point in getting a manual driving license? Electric cars are going to be replacing everything, right? There will be niche people that still want to drive a manual gas car, but that's not going to be the majority. It will where was I going with that? I can't remember. Long story short, it will replace thousands of jobs. If a business can make more money by firing people, they will do it. 100%.
Have done before. If we're at the middle of that curve, then wow, we are going to get some really impressive new tools very soon that still need some humans to work them. Maybe.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that's what the middle of the curve is. I think that's maybe a quarter of the way up the curve, if I had to guess.
Siri and the Google Assistant are going to become the things that they were always.
We're still at the point where it's not that easy to use these programs. For example, if I want to use Invoke AI to make artwork of me like this, then I need to know how to use GitHub. I need to know how to install these programs, understand how to use the computer, install these prerequisites. As much as we like to think that everyone knows how to use a computer now, there are plenty of 20 and 30-year-olds that grew up messing around in school and have got no idea how to really use a computer. Yeah, they can use their phone, but using a computer is still difficult. There's still... And if you don't believe me, think about all your mates. How many of them own computers versus how many of them own consoles to play games? the vast majority of people still buy consoles because it's easier and they don't have to faff around with a computer. Steam can be difficult, etc., etc. People find this stuff difficult. But I do think we're in the first quarter here. Halfway up is when anyone can use these programs. When I say anyone, I mean you can jump on your phone and use them. Yes, you can use Midjourney to generate AI art through Discord on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, on your whatever. But it is still difficult to figure out how to do it. What words do you use? It's not as intuitive as it could be. In the same way that you can be a complete moron and then just tell your phone to open Facebook for you without even knowing how to press the buttons. And if you say okay, it will open up that app for you. You can be brain dead and use most apps now. It's nowhere near that for AI art yet. And it's definitely not there for AI video because that's still being developed. Though Facebook/Meta has a great video AI program coming out soon.
It's promised to be. But that feeling of dread came from the idea that ChatGPT and the new AI art systems might be to my world what Napster was to the late 90s, the herald.
I think it's going to be so much bigger than that. You don't want to be a billionaire. How else are you going to be an IRL vigilante? Listen, I don't need to be a billionaire in order to be a super, okay? I don't need that. It'd be nice. Self-checkout says, oh, it does. Images will be the new $10 art photography. Old school will become a $5,000 per wedding photo. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's a good point, Blootrix. At some point, old school things may become, well, it depends. Getting a wedding photographer might get more expensive when no one really knows how to use a camera. But then when you look at the photos that like the new Pixel is taking, the older Pixel is taking, Samsung phones and Apple phones are taking, they're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. And if you can then take, if I can go to someone's wedding with my older, like I've got a Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the bigger one. If I take that and then I take a bunch of photos, then I can throw them into an AI art program and I can get them to, whatchamacallit, I can put the photos into an AI program and it will amplify them in a way to make them look better. My phone doesn't have a good depth of field, so it adds the depth of field. My phone doesn't, it didn't capture the sparkles in the air, so it puts like you could amplify the photos and make them look better than what a photographer could do, because you can do anything with the AI art. So who knows? Maybe it becomes more expensive, maybe it doesn't. I missed most of that, I had a commercial. By the way, I did explain the new ad system on Twitch that I've got installed in place. Basically, once an hour, it's a 30-second ad, it plays automatically, and it's to get rid of pre-roll ads, and there's nothing else I can do to get rid of pre-roll ads. It's not me that's clicking the button while I'm talking, just letting you know.
The first big warning that this new technology, the thing that was going to change everything, was starting to actually change everything, where huge numbers of people, not just the nerds, were actively using it. And it didn't matter that Napster got sued out of existence, because by then there was Morpheus and Grokster and LimeWire and Kazaa.
LimeWire! LimeWire was terrible. I would never. I'm not complaining. Oh, I didn't think you were complaining. I was just explaining. Didn't want you to think that I was like being sneaky and I was like, hey, Blootrix, I'm going to respond to you. And then I'm clicking an ad button so you can't hear. And then you're sitting there going, I'm going to have to sub in order to make sure that this doesn't keep happening. Just wanted you to know it was an automatic thing.
There was Spotify, the old business model, that idea that you...
I have a very cynical brain. So when I see someone say something, my brain goes, they might think you're the bad guy. Explain yourself. I really need to work on it.
Copy of music had been struck a mortal blow. And no one noticed it for a while. If you hear echoes of the Napster case in the lawsuits against AI art programs, so do I. I was getting a haircut the other week, and unprompted, the barber started talking about ChatGPT and how he'd actually used it to write a formal email that he couldn't be bothered to put together himself. He wasn't a particularly technical person, he wasn't a nerd like me, but he'd used it easily, the same way that someone who wanted to get a load of music for free would figure out Napster. Mm-hmm. It's not about ChatGPT, not specifically. It's about what it represents. Because if we're still at the start of the curve for AI, if we're at the Napster point, then everything is about to change. just as fast and just as strangely as it did in the early 2000s, perhaps beyond all recognition, and this time I'm on the wrong end of it. I'm like the music executive back in '99. It feels to me like something might have just gone very wrong for the now comfortable world that I grew up with and that I've settled down in. That's where the dread came from.
He's
the worry that
reading
suddenly
it right.
I don't know what comes next. No one does. I've been complaining for years.
I know exactly what... Everyone's going to say, oh, I don't know. I know exactly what the next steps are and what's going to happen. It's real simple. People start to get fired. New uni and college courses come out that help you to interact with AI and use it as an assistant. That won't happen for 10 years because colleges and universities and schools are always 10 to 20 years behind. By that point, you've got a new generation of people that can't get a job because AI has taken over in terms of, getting emails done. You'll have AI like chat representatives that will speak back to you, and it'll be very difficult to tell whether or not they're a real person or an AI. You'll have more people not being able to work, and eventually we'll get to the point where things are so bad that massive reforms across the entire planet, barring third world countries, will have to be done in order to make sure that people are given a living, like a universal credit in order to survive, because jobs will be optional at that point. That's guaranteed the way this is going. There's no way that, like, the amount of jobs that this will take over, and I cannot emphasize how many jobs it's going to take over. You look at how many jobs were lost when self-checkouts were put into supermarkets. That's only impacted supermarkets, and only the big ones, because the smaller ones, like the little corner shops, the reason that you don't have a self-checkout in there is that people steal from them. It's more difficult to set up the security for there, right? And also because, well, it's cheaper to have a person in there than it is to have a robot. But there was a video that came out the other day talking about how McDonald's is installing burger flippers. Like they'll make burgers, make chips, make different foods, and then it's just the person carrying it out to the front. We're already getting to that point. 10 years from now, when, let's say I want to book an appointment for a haircut, I won't book it. I'll open up my phone and go, ChatGPT, book an appointment for my hairdresser at 6 p.m. on Friday. And it'll go, your hairdresser's closed at 6. It's open at 5:30. It's open till 5:30 as an appointment at 4:15. Do you want that? You'll go, yeah. Okay. So I don't need to phone up. I don't need to speak to a person that works there, which means I don't need a receptionist. Then you take that realization and you apply it to everything. Something wrong with your TV? You talk to a robot. Something wrong with your phone? You talk to a robot. Or you get your robot to talk to the robots. It eliminates so many small jobs that you've never even thought about. So many small jobs that you've never even thought about. Like, it's the amount of jobs that, even in the entertainment industry. Let me show you how many jobs this eliminates, because you don't understand if you don't get what I'm saying. This is Asmongold watching this, because I don't know where a clip is. This one here. Okay.
Which one?
This is not Asmongold. This is an AI Asmongold.
What character would you totally smash and why?
That's a tough one, dude. I mean, obviously I'd have to go with my main character from way back, my Hunter Asmongold. But I would also totally go for Tyrande Whisperwind for sure.
Paying himself.
She's definitely got that whole elf vibe going for her, and I'm a sucker for a good elf girl. Plus, she has that amazing eye.
This is an AI using video clips and animating the mouth. No, it doesn't look great, but this is the beginning of this. So, and the response is AI generated as well, based on things that he would say. That is the thing that I'm saying, dude. If it can put TV hosts out of business, which it could, imagine how many jobs it's going to take over. You don't need to hire a composer for your TV show anymore because you can get an AI to generate the music. You don't need to hire a songwriter to write your songs for you because an AI can write the songs for you based on what's trending, what's popular, and what songs have sold the most over the course, or made the most from the streaming services over the course of the last year. You don't have to hire a script writer or you don't have to hire someone to write the magazines you read. Like, I read Edge magazine. It's a magazine on gaming. You don't have to hire someone to write the pieces for Edge magazine. An AI can write them. It can tell you what games are popular right now, where they're popular, why they're popular, the demographics of the people that are playing those games, what the game is about, how it plays, the difficulty curve, the average time that it takes for that game to be completed, and it can write all that in less than 2 minutes. It's what AI can do already, like right now, is crazy. And that's what we can do for free now. Imagine what you can do for a paid service that's still being developed right now. Imagine. AI Joe Rogan is a thing. Wouldn't surprise me if if Joe Rogan was AI this whole time. So would demand for programmers and engineers be at an all-time high? No, be at an all-time low. Here's how you know it will be at an all-time low. For engineers, sure. It's until robots can build robots and until robots can design robots, sure, there'll be a high demand for them. But at a certain point, you don't need people. That's the goal of not to get political, that's the goal of capitalism. More money. And more money means less people to make the thing, but more people that will buy it, right? But that is the goal. For programmers, there'll be fewer programmers in 10 years than there are right now, guaranteed. Because why would you need them? The reason you need a programmer is that they've got loads of code to write and loads of code to fix, right? If you've got an AI program that can tell you what's wrong with your code right now, and then fix it right now, and you can have one programmer sitting there going, looks all right, let's test it, bing, working, next one. You've saved an hour. Like, not only can that person do more than 5 people can in an hour, they can do more than 10 people can do in an hour. It's incredible and terrifying what it's going to do to the planet. And so many people don't understand. Like, let me give a really, really easy example right now. Okay? And we've more or less finished the video. And this is going to be a real long video on YouTube. And if you're watching in the future on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Feel free to contribute and ask questions or say things if you want. Tell me what you think. Like the video. But know that if your comment is negative rather than constructive, that shit's getting deleted before I've read past the first line. Here's an example of how many jobs AI can get rid of. And I'm going to be as clear as I can. I am a super, but also a streamer. Let's play some music. I need wallpapers for my background. I need thumbnails. Did my audio just die? It did. I need thumbnails for my videos on YouTube. I would like thumbnails for my videos on Twitch. I would like artwork for my backgrounds. I'd like supersuit designs. I would like a new emblem for me. Emblems for Kit. I would like, what other art assets do I want? I'd also like to animate the background of these images. I would like hyper-realistic portraits. I would like posters. I would like a comic book or a graphic novel as well. Almost every single, so let's figure out how many jobs that is. Graphic novel. I need an artist, which means I need someone to draw it. I need someone to ink it. I need someone to write it. And then I need possibly someone to then help me upload that or publish it onto Amazon, which you can do yourself. I can get ChatGPT to help me publish it for free. I can myself sit here and get Invoke AI or Midjourney to make the comic for me, like make all the artwork. I can get ChatGPT to write the comic book for me. That's 3 or 4 jobs that I would have paid someone to do in the far off future. And let's be clear with that as well. To get the money to do those things, if I streamed 2 days a week for the next 4 or 5 years, I might have enough money at the end of it. If things went really well, maybe a couple years, right? I can do that now, today, and have the comic book ready to go by the end of the week. It's Tuesday. But that's 3 to 4 jobs gone. Oh, YouTube thumbnail designer. There are people that just do that. 5 jobs. Animate the background images. 6 jobs. 6? 7? I've lost count. 6 or 7 jobs. Someone to animate these backgrounds. 6 or 7 done. And I can make the artwork. That image there, I could make that in 10 minutes. I could, if I was going really quick and I messed around with everything that I was doing, I could probably generate that image straight away in the course of 30 seconds. So that's how many jobs that this can take right now. Now you can make the argument, well, you couldn't afford to do all that right now, so no jobs are really being taken. Sure. But that's the good part of this, that it allows anyone with any level of creativity, any goals, any dreams that involve writing, art, or really anything creative, coding, whatever. It allows them to make that now. It opens up the gate for so many people like that. And that's the beauty of it, dude. That's the beauty of it. There's a little UFO there. That looks like a little UFO. I never even saw that before.
Is that it feels like nothing has really changed since smartphones came along. And I think that maybe, I should have been careful what I wished for. At some point, I'll look back on this video and with hindsight, I will easily be able to see where we were on the curve. We all will. Part of me hopes that I am entirely wrong, that in a few years, I'll still be working like this. The email thing is a metaphor, of course. It won't be email folders for you. It might be something else, something you're attached to, maybe something minor, or maybe the whole industry you work in. But right now, that feeling, that creeping horror, that dread, it turns out that was the worry that after years of being fairly steady and comfortable, my world is about to change. And despite everything, I will still want my email to be in folders.
That was a good video, man. That was Tom Scott. I tried using AI. It scared me. He's, pardon me, he's on the ball with almost everything he's saying. I do think I know where we are. Same with music. Yeah, by the way, Philip, yes. Music, you can already generate AI music. I don't think it's very good, but you can already generate music. We had a good run, time to make space for the robot overlords. Well, listen, as long as we're nice to them, I'm sure we'll be fine. I do think that it's gonna revolutionize people's creativity, but there's gonna be a really difficult time coming soon. So stop fighting against AI, in my opinion, and start figuring out how to work with it, because you could be the next Google, Microsoft, Apple, man. I'm sure I'm sure when people were working at or were starting Microsoft, they were sitting there thinking, man, how do I even compete with these radio companies, dude? These radio companies and these, the TV teletext. No one's going to want internet because we've got TV teletext. No, look at AI the same way that Microsoft and Google and Apple looked at teletext and radio and TV and understood and texts and sending letters. It's here to stay. You've got to learn to work with it, because otherwise you're going to be bitter and poor with no job, struggling. You've got to improvise, adapt, and overcome, dude. I'm telling you. Go like Tom Scott's video, and if you're watching on YouTube, like this video too. Thank you. Catch you later. I need to head out. Have a great day. Chat. Have a good night, Blue. Have fun saving cats and trees. Listen, I do more than save cats and trees. But I'll catch you later, Blootrix. I've seen a video that is basically an AI voiced Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan, and it's hilarious. I've seen some crazy AI videos recently. Crazy AI videos. Oh my god, this one I'm really excited about. This one is such a stupid video. It's Corridor Crew doing the true scale of ants. I don't know why I'm excited for this, but I am. Do you listen to music on stream? No, I've got a preset music list. I just listened to it on repeat. It's like 3 hours long or something, so we never really have to listen to the same thing too many times. But I don't listen to music on stream because I upload the stream onto YouTube, which means we are limited in the things that we can do. Right, Corridor Crew, the brand new video, dude, and I want to watch it. The true scale of ants. Now, I will admit, the thumbnail is terrifying. You don't like ants. Well, ants are fine. No, I don't like ants. Dude, I once had a flying ant in my room. Oh, it was terrifying. Let's watch the video. Okay, VFX artist reveals the true scale of ants. Like the video, Corridor Crew will love them with subscribed. Okay.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
I put my volume up.
Ants.
Volume's good.
This video is about ants. Why? Because scientists recently figured out that there are 20 quadrillion ants in the entire world, and this is an insane number. That is like 20 million billion ants. Oh man, I'd love to see how big that ant pile is. Oh hey, look. Scientists have calculated how many ants are on Earth. The number is so big, it's unimaginable.
I have to say, I love them. I love Corridor Crew. I've been watching them for a couple years now. Everything they make is banging, dude. And I tell you what, they have really increased like everything here. Even the lighting looks good because the quality is going up every time.
We simply cannot imagine 20 quadrillion ants in one pile. It just doesn't work.
I just did it.
Just doesn't imagine it's impossible. You remember that one of us can't handle these numbers. Fine! I'll do it myself.
This is so cool, man.
All right, so we've all had experiences with ants before. Perhaps you left a cookie out on the counter overnight and the next morning you found ants everywhere.
That's how you get ants.
Or maybe you're out on a hike and accidentally stepped on an anthill, causing ants to flood out of the ground like a zombie horde. No matter where you go, you can find.
I'm sorry, what movie was that? Was that Indiana Jones or something? I've never really seen the Indiana Jones movies. I think I've seen I saw like the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with oh, what's his stupid name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. What's that guy from Transformers? I saw that, and that was okay. And I never watched like the originals or anything. Which I know is bad, but I don't want to watch them now, knowing a bunch of ants crawl into someone's mouth.
Ants, unless you're in Antarctica.
Well, this sucks.
Antarctica. In fact, there are over 15,000 different named species of ants in the world, and they range all the way from like 1 millimeter in length, like the Carabara atoma here. Oh man, this thing's tiny. All the way up to 30 or 40 millimeters in length, like the bullet ant. Oh God, why did I put this on my finger? That's terrifying.
I had no idea they were that. They could grow. I had no idea they could grow that big.
But if we want accurate results, we can't just use any ant. We need to find the most average ant. Using data from the original research paper, I determined that the average weight of a live ant is 4.13 milligrams. But anyway, we still don't know how big that is. Do you include the antennas and legs, chop off the legs, assume they're squished up? I chose to split the difference and assume that there's gonna be some overlap, but not like a full squish. That means that our average ant in this video measures in at a...
Dude, Dude, the VFX they're doing here are so impressive.
About 4.5 millimeters in length. Now we can get into this video. So 20 quadrillion ants is a lot of ants, but Earth also has a lot of land. 134 million square kilometers to be exact, if we don't include Antarctica, because
134 million square kilometers. And yet, when they decide to build a new row of houses, where do they build it? Across the street from you. Every single time.
duh, that averages out to 150 ants for every square meter of land. 148, 149, 150. I mean, take a look around you. How much ground can you see? Just imagine that for every square meter of land, there's 100.
This is why I don't lie in the grass. See, when I go, dude, I don't lie in the sand. See, when I go anywhere and I have to sit on the ground, I'm on a towel and I'm like vigorously like watching the surroundings of the towel, waiting for something to crawl on, or I'll just stand. I don't like bugs. I don't.
150 ants. Wow.
Ant-Man can kiss
And
my
this is them
ass.
trying to like space themselves out evenly across the whole planet. But of course, ant distribution is not perfectly even, with the highest numbers located in rainforests. A study in West Africa determined that there are roughly 2,000 ants for every square meter of land there, which is enough to make me feel very uncomfortable now. Like, one ant, not a problem, but a swarm of thousands?
I'm getting
Whole
so
different
itchy
story.
watching this.
Because that is only the beginning. There are 8 billion people on Earth, which means that for every one of us, there are 2.5 million of them.
I could fight 2.5 million ants. Easy. Easy. Dude, this is... I didn't realize how difficult this was gonna be to watch. Like, oh, I'm getting so itchy. Exo, do you remember the last True Scale video that we watched? It was ages ago, but I'm sure we've watched another one here, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah. Packed tightly together, 2.5 million ants would form a circle 6 meters across. That's 20 feet, and that just barely fits inside of our studio here.
What is this?
A center for ants!
What's crazy is that at this scale, you can't even see individual ants anymore. In fact, there are more ants in this shot than there are pixels in HD video. That's why this video is in 4K. Oh no! But of course, ants are famous for self-assembling into complex structures like bridges, though I hope you never have the misfortune of walking through one of these. Ooh. Ants get a bad reputation for being pests, but they're incredibly important to our ecosystem. They aerate the soil, speed up decomposition, and they improve plant growth across the globe. Despite being creepy crawlers, we need them. Except for fire ants, though. No, they can go die in a fire. So, 2.5 million ants.
What is the purpose of fire ants? Are they just like a whatchamacallit, like wolves are to deer? Are they just to keep ant populations under control in areas where they grow too fast? I can only imagine that it's an evolutionary type of wolf-deer type of situation. I've got no idea.
For every person on Earth.
Maybe to fight bees?
That makes me wonder what a real Ant-Man would look like. All of these ants clumped together in human form would be as tall as Danny DeVito.
Are you looking at me? I'm Danny DeVito.
What, were you expecting a giant? They're a pile of ants. They just look bigger when they're flat. They would, however, be lighter than Danny DeVito, coming in at just 10 kilograms, which is less than a one-wheel. A lot less. So not that tall, not that heavy. Kind of makes them seem a little less scary.
I cannot get over how good the effects are in their videos now.
Scary, right? Like, come on. I could
been a
totally
minute
take
since
this
I
thing
last
on in
watched
a
one.
fight. Danny DeVito, no, hey, get back here. And there
so
are
good.
8 billion of these things running around on the planet, one for every single person. If all 20 quadrillion ants could cling together into one giant gigaball, how big would this pile of ants be?
Dude, I've not watched Tom Cruise movie, like
a
Mission
diameter of
Impossible.
860 meters.
Shut the front door. There's no way it would be almost a kilometer round if it was in a ball. Dude, I was saying I haven't watched a Mission Impossible since Mission Impossible 2? Mission Impossible 3? Maybe? I've heard they're all good. I've just not, perfect target for a nuke, dude. If that started rolling through my city, I immediately would just abandon the planet.
Meters, making it taller than the tallest building in the entire world, which is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Not even Tom Cruise would be sitting as high as that ball. It would also look pretty bizarre, appearing almost like smooth metal. You can see the bumpiness of ants when close up, but like at this distance, their texture is just too small to see, making the ball appear smooth. And this mass of ants would completely dwarf any city you put it next to. Obviously, this is a bit unrealistic because I have the gravity turned off. I mean, this many ants would crush themselves under their own weight. But here's the thing about balls of ants. They behave like liquid, meaning that when I turn the gravity back on, splash.
Shut up. How are they able to simulate this? How are they able to simulate this, dude? This is crazy.
Even with a viscosity 1,000,000 times higher than water, they would still ooze through the city until every single street is submerged in a sludge of ants. Eventually, though, this ant ooze will spread itself out flat. How much area would this flat ant blanket cover? It's a lot. Let me go get Sam and Nico. Sam and Nico.
There's just...
What state are you guys from?
Minnesota.
Well, did you know that if all 20 quadrillion ants could be laid out flat, it would cover your entire home state?
Oh no.
Antisota would be the 12th largest state in the entire country, and Minneapolis would be a terrifying place to live.
A Minnesota-sized patch of ant skin that could just crawl around?
Yeah. I didn't even think about the crawling part of it. It could just migrate around the planet. Oh God. You just gave me more effects, Nico. So we've seen the scale of ants in...
Oh, I just need a second. This is traumatizing to watch. I hate this. I hate this. I don't want... This is... When I am ruler of the planet, I promise I will eliminate all ants and existential threats that ants impose.
3 dimensions, and now we've seen them in 2. But what would 1 dimension look like? One of the behaviors ants are best known for is marching in lines. They use their antennae to detect the pheromones of other ants to find pathways.
Please tell me that we're about to find out how many times around the planet a string of ants could go, because that's something I do really want to know.
From potential food back to the colonies they came from. That's why it always seems like they're marching along invisible highways. Who let the cookie out? So if all of the ants in the entire world were to line up butt to mouth, how long would that line be? Take a guess, how many times around the Earth do you think this line would go? An average ant is 0.0045 meters times 20 quadrillion. 90 billion kilometers. That is over 2 million times around the planet! Around the planet! Ants! 2 million!
That can't be right. That can't be right. That the answer is
90 billion kilometers.
2.5 million times around the planet?
That is over 2!
Oh, 2.25 million times around the planet? That can't be right. How many zeros are in quadrillion? I'm tempted to do the math myself. This is ridiculous. Like, I feel like it's got to be wrong.
Planets, around the planet, ants, 2 million. That is such an astronomical distance that I think we need a better unit of measurement for this. The astronomical unit, the distance from Earth to the sun. That means that our line of ants would stretch from here to the sun and back 300 times. Think of it this way. That's the setting sun behind me here in LA, meaning that the Earth orbiting around the sun is going that way, having just come from that way. So if we could shoot a chain of ants into space to trail behind the Earth, first off, we'd be shooting them at like 100,000 kilometers an hour, 80 times the speed of a bullet, but we would be shooting them continuously, non-stop, for 95 years before we finally run out of ants. Good riddance.
I can't.
Good.
Now, it's such a high number.
What is this?
This is breaking me.
20 quadrillion is such a large number that our brains just can't really conceive it. And so
Wait, how many zeros is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 zeros?
Quadrillion is such a large number that our brains just can't really conceive it. And so what I try to do with this whole scale series is to take the unimaginable and imagine it, which means that there's just one last thing to do. Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you? My name is Sabine Newton.
I'm Patrick Schulteis.
Yeah, that's right. The lead authors of the paper and the quote that started
That's
this whole
cool.
thing have actually been helping me with this video. They provided me with information to figure out the average size of the ants, and I just thought it was fitting that after all of that, I could show them the actual visuals I came up with to find out if it really is unimaginable.
There's more ants than stars in the galaxy, but that doesn't help you visualize it in any way. It's just another way of putting it into numbers. As far as visualizations go, no one has done anything that really helps you.
Really? I do have some to show you. All right,
This
ready?
is so cool, man.
It's scary.
Yes, the Antocalypse is coming.
Look, it's a weapon of mass destruction.
I guess we're doomed.
I gotta ask, is it imaginable now?
It is imaginable now.
Yes,
Definitely.
indeed it is.
You've done the impossible.
Yes, you've done
This
the
is
impossible.
so
We
cool,
can now
man.
imagine what these ants look like.
Well, fantastic. Thank you guys so much for your help. It's been an honor, honestly. So I want to do more of these types of videos, and I think you've inspired me to continue
I
doing
just
this.
can't believe
Yeah, we're
this.
glad we inspired you. Thanks for investing a month of your life.
Just send us a link.
Took 'em a
as soon as
month?
it's online.
Yeah, we'll do.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it makes
bye.
sense.
They're so cool, man. This was a fun video to do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And,
Dude,
ants.
that was crazy. The video was by Carter Crew. VFX artist reveals the true scale of ants. Go like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube in the future, like and subscribe here too. Thanks and stay super. That was cool, man. That was real creepy. Yeah. That was somewhat terrifying. Well, let's watch one more video and then... Oh, wait. There's the Flash trailer and the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer and the Atomic Heart trailer. Maybe we'll watch 3 more videos? I really want to watch these. How long is this one? It's 8 minutes. I'm super interested in this. I'm super interested in this, dude. Oh, okay. Let's give it a. We'll give it a watch. Let me have some water real quick, and I'll have some on the way back to the studio. Got my water. Okay, right. We'll watch the Atomic Heart video. We will watch the Flash trailer. And we'll watch the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. And we'll call it there. That's a good, nice, long stream. Well, long for me. I like 3 hours, 4 hours max. That's my happy place. For sure. Right. Atomic Heart has a brand new trailer. Dude, I'm super excited for Atomic Heart. I haven't seen a game like this since BioShock. And BioShock was built different in terms of... Dude, remind me to tell you the story of me playing BioShock for the first time. It's... might get me in trouble. But let's give the video a watch. Okie dokie. I'm excited. The last trailer I watched for this was amazing. Oh good, it's got music. Oh, I like the look of it. I know I'm pausing real quick, but you see, I love good animation. I could be playing a game in pixel art. If the animation is good, that's the most important thing to me. Second most important thing is weight, right? Look at the weight when he's moving with the gun. It looks heavy. It looks good.
Welcome to the mad, uchronic world of Atomic Heart, a new cinematic and explosive action RPG. Discover details of the amazing...
I'm gonna make this call now. Not to be a negative Nancy. I'm gonna make this call now. I think this game is gonna run like garbage for the first while. I've heard that it's going to have de nouveau on it. It's going to have de nouveau. Not only that, but when... Maybe it's a different game I'm thinking of. I'm sure it was this. I'm sure when questioned about the impact on frame rate that de nouveau will have on this game, they said DLSS should make up for it, which is a terrible response.
Amazing and intricate world created for the game.
Oh my god, this looks incredible.
Atomic Heart's setting is a fictional USSR of 1955. In a top-secret military base built to manufacture robots.
This looks amazing!
Known as Facility 3826. The mastermind behind this facility is a brilliant scientist by the name of Dmitry Sechenov, who pioneered a special liquid substance called polymer in 1936. Expanding on the formidable qualities of his invention, Sechenov managed to launch a huge neural network of AI assistant robots called Collective.
Dude, I was literally just talking about AI 5 minutes ago. This is our future. Maybe not controlled by the Russians, but it'll be similar to this.
This allowed robots to free the people from manual labor in favor of arts and science. Everything goes smoothly until 1955, when authorities planned to launch Collective 2.0 and introduce a new thought device, allowing humans to control the network and issue commands with just the power of thought.
That's cool. I would like to do that.
Unfortunately, the launch of Collective 2.0 is sabotaged, leading to a tech...
Remember what I was saying about the call that this is going to run poorly? This trailer is 30 frames a second, and even still this bit here that looks like it's actual gameplay, well, a cinematic in-gameplay bit doesn't look like it's running at 30 frames per second.
Unfortunately, the launch of Collective 2.0 is sabotaged, leading to a technological nightmare. Robots attack humans, with hundreds of casualties among facility staff. You are Major P3, an elite soldier from the intelligence service. You are...
I always say this, I really wish that more developers would allow people to change the way their character looks. This could be... this guy could be from 100 different games. I want to make my character look like me. I don't think they allow that, but... Hey.
Major P3, an elite soldier from the intelligence service. You are sent by Sechenov to investigate the circumstances of the incident and restore the neural network. Your mission will take you across the scientific testing grounds of Facility 3826, which spreads like a fungal network throughout the Kazakh mountains.
This looks incredible.
As you roam the base, you'll come across expansive scientific complexes, mysterious laboratories, above-ground civilian infrastructure.
I'm struggling for words here. Like, even the animation of the robot that's dancing here is amazing.
Above-ground civilian infrastructure. And discover bizarre underground tunnels packed with spatial puzzles that even the most experienced players will enjoy.
Good. I like a good puzzle.
One thing you can expect is to never know what to expect. Be it horror, arenas, puzzles, or a plot twist with cinematic cutscenes.
Put pressure on this wound. They tried to save you.
Why the hell should I believe any of this?
You should be more careful. This place is a damn madhouse.
You're going to Chalamet.
The hell are you?
I've got eyes and ears everywhere, sweet cheeks.
There's blood all over the place.
You really didn't tell her anything, did you?
I never expected to see Vic.
Voice acting leaves a little to be desired, but okay.
Like this, in these circumstances.
Human casualties.
And he has to be stopped!
Poor bastards. What the fuck happened here? Who the fuck did this?
Am I making myself clear, Comrade Sechenov?
But you won't be traveling alone. Here is Charles, a polymer AI integrated into your experimental power glove. Charles is a by-the-book sidekick.
Dude, I love a power glove.
Experimental power glove. Charles is a by-the-book sidekick that will provide you with new objectives, story, and character details. It will also provide tidbits on Atomic Heart's looming secrets, and even divulge a bit about your shrouded history. Charles doesn't only have a teacherly personality capable of mid-mission banter, it can also scan the area, hack robots, and other equipment at will. Through its power, you'll even be able to deploy energy shields and wield electric, freezing, and telekinetic powers.
Oh my god!
Prove that you are human, Pioneer Nichaya.
Communicating with other characters, it's entirely up to you to decide what you will say in dialogue, allowing you to enjoy an array of interesting responses.
Okay, I love it. Dude, this is too good to be true. It is. This, you know what, dude? All I heard was bad things about that new space horror game that came out. What was it called? Callisto Protocol. And it looked incredible. I'm getting the same feeling here. I so hope I'm wrong. Because this
you will
looks
have
amazing.
A vast territory to explore. Facility 3826 includes 5 giant complexes with more than 25 hours of gameplay to beat.
Okay. I wonder if that's including
traveling around the world is easier with the aerotrain or any other mode of transportation still working. But you'll have to stay on your toes since any action may attract unwanted attention and result in your death.
Okay.
As you fight your way out of this nightmare, keep in mind that all robots are interconnected and controlled by the Collective's AI. This is both their strength and Achilles' heel. Take control of the Collective systems, network control terminals, cameras, hawks, volants.
This is sick.
And repair hives that restore destroyed hubs of the Collective, defeated robots, and other elements of the network.
They have a lore reason for respawning, and that is sick. What I mean by that is, you know, like a game like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, etc. You rest at a campfire, and then all of a sudden everything's alive again with no explanation. This has got an explanation, and you can stop it. That's sick. Well, I hope you can stop it. Maybe just stop it to an extent where enemies don't spawn as much. I'm not sure, but it seems cool.
But robots won't be your only enemies. Scientific plants, sprouts, can find a body and mutate. Mutants do significant damage in battle. There are also fuchsias, who are truly formidable opponents.
The combat looks so much like Dying Light 1. By the way, I started playing through Dying Light 2 recently. I quit after 10 hours. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. It was so disappointing.
But what makes them special is that they can summon sprouts. You'll have a big problem unless you can keep the two of them from fusing with each other.
Oh my god.
To fight dangerous robots and mutated creatures, lay your hands on a cutting-edge arsenal, ranging from a sharp axe for melee.
Let me see that combat again. They've got a lot of health. I'm not big on tanky enemies. I've always said I'd rather fight I'd rather fight 1,000 enemies that are one hit than one enemy that's 1,000 hits, you know?
To fight dangerous robots and mutated creatures, lay your hands on a cutting-edge arsenal, ranging from a sharp axe for melee combat to a modified electric rifle or a cool grenade launcher.
Okay.
Melee weapons will help you accumulate energy that can then be spent with your energy weapons. When it comes to your firearms, however, you'll have to scour through the environment to find bullets or craft them yourself using crafting machine Nora.
And
add elemental effects to them. Your fighting style will depend on your choice of weapons and skills. Combine firearms and energy or melee weapons as well as glove abilities and use them wisely.
This is really cool.
Install additional upgrades for your weapons, such as an extended mag, a collimator scope, an upgraded barrel case, a tactical grip, or a silencer. Search every piece of furniture, computer, and corpse to collect materials that can
I've never seen a looting system better than this, and I love it.
be used to modify your arsenal. Become unstoppable.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I love it.
Finally, whether you're a hardcore player in need of a frenzied, gore-filled challenge, or an adventurer eager to explore this unique world full of crazy, gripping narratives, Atomic Heart can be molded to your ideal experience.
Okay.
Do you have what it takes to adapt and tame unfamiliar enemies and environments?
I do.
And can you handle the shocking truth coming your way? Shine light on deceit and unearth what Atomic Heart really is. Just know one thing. In Atomic Heart, the price of truth will be paid in blood, as the utopian dream is not what it seems.
Dude, this is sick, man. I'm interested in the story.
Atomic Heart releases February.
Why can I not see the release date for this?
February 21st on PlayStation 4.
Dude, that's a week away? Oh my God.
5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. Pre-order it now.
That's a really, really good trailer, man. I'm excited. The story seems good. The gameplay seems all right. The frame rate seems terrible. I'm worried about how it's gonna play, but yeah, that's super exciting. I'm hyped out of my mind right now. I want to play it right. I've been struggling to find good games recently that I want to play. So many games I've tried, I fall out of them in a couple of hours because they're just boring, but oh, that's exciting, dude. That's exciting. Atomic Heart coming 21st February. If you're watching in the future on YouTube, like the video and stay super. For everybody else, let's. Ooh, should we go back? Oh, I don't think we need to. Do we need it? Stop it. Okay, we've got the Flash trailer. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. I need to talk about Marvel for a minute before we watch that one, but let's, yes. Dude, I need some water. I feel myself starting to run out of steam right now. Come on, we got a little bit left to stream. We need energy, dude. Give me 1 second. I need to quickly okay, cool. Right. Let's do it. It's finally time for the last in the series of the Zack Snyder movies. Although I don't think he's the one that directed this, but we got The Flash. I've heard that this is the one that's going to reboot the whole series for the new James Gunn, young Superman and everything. I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the trailer last night. And he ain't as fast as me in this, but yeah, let's give it a watch.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere.
This trailer is so exciting.
Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? Because this is the world where my mom lives.
Before we continue, I need to say I feel like the motivation that the only reason he's on this timeline is that this is the one where his mom is alive. I find that a difficult. It seems strange to me, but I'm in. Okay.
I'm not gonna lose her again.
Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. my face. You stole my face.
The thing that I don't understand, right, is they're going to be resetting the timeline or resetting the DC universe by jumping to a different timeline, clearly, where things are different, right? That's clearly how it's going to end. It's no real whoop-de-woo. The thing I don't understand is who's going to play the Flash, because Ezra Miller has got a track record that is, quite frankly, disturbing. I was surprised that they didn't cancel this movie, because they cancelled Batwoman or Batgirl. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I wonder who I kind of hope that the TV show actor for the Flash turns up at the end and he's going to be the new cinematic one. That would be really cool. But if they're resetting the universe, they probably want it to have nothing to do with the shows, I would imagine.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
They brought back Zod!
Zod, we've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Dude, I lost my mind when I saw that last night. By the way, two of the best Batman movies ever made, Batman and Batman Returns. How do you beat Danny DeVito as the Penguin? How do you beat Jack Nicholson as the Joker? How do you beat... Oh my God, what was her name? Oh my God, wait, I took a note of it because I knew I was going to forget it. How do you beat Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman? Are you kidding me? I will say though, and this is very controversial, the best Batman movie ever made, uncontested, Batman and Robin. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Freeze was the best Batman movie I'd ever seen in my entire life. I stand by that. Oh, and the Batman, Robert Pattinson, the worst Batman movie I've ever seen in my life. I will not be watching the follow-ups. It sucked. So sick. So sick, man.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future.
Someone pointed this out. This looks like, and I'm not entirely sure, I think this is the Ben Affleck Batman. Like, we're going to get action scenes with Ben Affleck in it. In fact, I don't think it is, but that looks kind of like the Darkseid costume. Or not the Darkseid, what was from the Justice League movie where they go to the alternate timeline type of thing? Kind of looks like that. Like Murder Batman, which was the best Batman.
What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
So
it's
cool,
not
man.
Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry.
Super interesting that they've got a chick Superman. I'm really interested to know whether young Superman is going to be young Superwoman, actually. Like, if the future of the DC universe has a woman Superman or Superwoman, I don't know if they'd call Superwoman Superman. For me, I know this is off topic, but for me, I've always went Superman because human, man is the last part, so why wouldn't anyone who's Superman just be Superman? Because I see it as human, not as the man and woman. But that's just because of the way it's... Anyway, I'm super excited for it.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
That's super exciting. Shut up. I didn't. Dude, I just got a tablet. I got it so that I could keep up with stream when I'm streaming from the sofa within Blootropolis headquarters. And I've been reading comics on it. I'm gonna get these. This is, oh my god, this is so exciting. They're still keeping Ezra, it seems. Wait, EXO, there's no way they're keeping him for the future movies, right? Is that real? Right, I'm gonna, if you're watching over on YouTube, please leave a comment and let me know whether that's true or not. That would be crazy if they kept him. All I've ever heard are bad things about him. To be fair, I don't know how much of it is true. Every single thing I've heard could be a lie. But you'd think there'd be some kind of statement on it or so, I don't know. But yeah, if you're watching in the future, oh dude, I can't wait to see this movie. Appreciate you. Like the video and stay super. Man alive, there's no way they keep Ezra, right? There's no way they keep Ezra. Right? No. I mean, some of the things I've heard about Ezra Miller are crazy. Like, I've heard he's kidnapped people, he's beaten people up, like beating up a woman in a bar. Maybe for this one movie, since it's already done. I mean, yeah, I mean, it'd be so expensive to replace him at this point. But, I mean, like, I've heard, like, he's, I mean, those are the main things I've heard. He beat up a woman in a bar. He then beat up someone else in another bar. He maybe kidnapped like a mother and a daughter at some point. Yeah. I've heard he's wild. In like a real bad way. Like you hear about Robert Downey Jr. was just addicted to drugs, right? And you go, whoa, but then you hear about kidnapping people. Like, what is it with getting rich and kidnapping people? What was his name? Justin Roiland. Just got fired from Rick and Morty for apparently kidnapping a woman. What the hell is happening? Don't know about kidnapping, but I've heard about burglary and felony charges, also accusations for grooming a minor. I had not heard those. This is the thing with him. You only ever hear these bad things. It's like scary. It's crazy that I couldn't believe it when they said they were still going to release the Flash movie after cancelling the Batwoman one. I want to see it just to know how bad it was, because I heard Birds of Prey was bad, and I've heard from some people that it was good. I've heard Wonder Woman 1984, I've heard that was bad. I watched the first movie, I thought it was decent but hated the ending. But then I heard that well, I mean, the Batwoman movie was so bad they made the whole thing and then finalized it and cancelled it, which is crazy. The amount of money they'll have just flushed down the toilet. Anyway. Dude, why is Groot looking so chunky? Okie dokie! Guardians of the Galaxy trailer 3 trailer for number 3. Wait, what? The Justin Roiland one were charges of domestic violence. Wasn't he also charged for kidnapping though? I'm sure he was. Anyway, right, let's watch the trailer and then we'll get back to this conversation. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer is here! Groot is looking thick! Let's give it a 1. Dude, I normally would just play this immediately, but Groot is so thick. Like, remember what Groot used to look like? Groot was a tall, lanky boy. I don't know what's happened, but I want to see.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians.
Oh my god,
Met a girl, fell in love.
Dude, I need to pause it real quick. I'm so excited already. I love the tracks that they put in these movies. They work so goddamn well.
That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
my sacred mission.
Oh my god, I just remembered who the bad guy is in this movie, and I'm so excited for it, because the guy who's playing the bad guy is an incredible actor.
Is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they're the Power Rangers.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
Is that... Wait, that looked like... No. Oh, that's the guy who's playing the bad guy in this. I thought that was Doctor Strange for a second because of the cape. Did you see how many arms he had?
We were always searching for a family.
Oh my god, it's Cosmo.
We found each other.
Yeah, dude, that's Adam. Wait, is that Adam Warlock?
Last ride?
No.
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
They are showing... Why do these trailers show so much these days? I just wanted a taste. You gave me the whole movie.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What? Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Dude, that looks pretty goddamn good. I wish I didn't give away so much of the bloody movie. Only thing I will say, Batista is looking different from the first two movies. I remember him saying that getting ready for these movies was particularly grueling, like really difficult. But man, this is exciting, dude. I still need to watch the group show. I've not watched that yet. I've not watched the Christmas episode either. I need to get back into Marvel. I think this is the push that I needed in order to do it, because I want to be ready for this movie. But yeah, that's a Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Feel free to go give it a like. Appreciate you if you're watching over on YouTube. And stay super. Okay. So, things that I need to do after this stream. I'm gonna set the chat to disappear after like a minute a message has been up. I think that's right. I don't think we need the messages to just stick on screen all the time because they don't move that fast. So we'll switch that over to like a 30-second minute thing. And past that, everything went very well. I'm happy with today. It was a good day, Roy. 14 months of being a super. We talked about loads of stuff. I'm gonna start re-uploading or uploading videos onto YouTube. Maybe tomorrow, maybe start it Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what my schedule is. I know the rest of the day I'm in the gym today, getting big and buff. Yeah, and then I'll give you an update on the Gameathon probably next week. I'll be back on Friday at 2 p.m. UK time. We'll be chatting, watching some videos, maybe play a game for 10 minutes or so. I feel like there's something that I wanted to show you guys, but I can't off the top of my head remember what it was. Yeah, go subscribe over on the YouTube. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, stay super, Blootrix.